Hello, evening all. Sorry, I had to check then. I thought the microphone wasn't on because, me and technology. So welcome to MOC Heads Series 2, Episode 4. Hope everyone is good. I just got to go back to the chat because I've just pressing all sorts of buttons and we're actually working on Twitch this evening. So if you're watching on Twitch, evening. Hope you're all good. So I just have a quick look at the comments, make sure I see who's here. We've got Salix from Germany, no, from Netherlands even though it says there. Sorry, Mateus. We have Mark from all over the world, back from Japan. We have wonderful Lego Team B from Down Under. And of course, we have Ollie Brick Askew here. I should know how to say the name, but apparently I haven't put my teeth in today. So, here we go. And yeah, and if you're watching on Twitch, as I said, hello. Don't forget to leave a comment and say hi. Wash your mouth out. Yep. Dual streaming. Got a foot in each world, YouTube and the Twitch. It's good. It's all good. And it's actually working today, which is, I was quite frustrated it didn't work last time, but it's all fine. This is technology for you. We have wonderful Teal. Hi, Teal. Hope you're good. I'm looking forward to the Mushroom House. We're getting ever so closer now, which is really, really cool. And we have the brick boards here as well. So evening. And we have Monarch 2. So we've got Monarch 1 there, and we have Monarch 2. So we have clones of Mark everywhere. So it's running around like absolute crazy. But anyway, before I go off and just keep going off on a really weird tangent, because that's just me, isn't it? I will bring on hang on, KO just popped in. So evening, KO, evening. Hope you're good. Hope you're all recovered from the steam. What was I saying? And Martin as well. Martin. Hello. Evening. Right, I am going to get on this because I told myself I'm going to be quick, and I'm already going longer than I said I was going to go. Yikes. I'm going to take Martin off the screen because I left him on the screen last week and he got a bit chilly. So I will bring on today's guest, who you may have heard of. It's called Brick Askew, also known as Ollie in the real world. So he does build some really awesome MOCs as well. If you've been to shows, you've seen them, and you've probably seen them on his Instagram page as well. So before I run out of breath and choke myself as well, so I'll just bring him on. But you all know Ollie as well, so don't forget to give him a warm welcome as well, or welcome back, I should say. So okay, and good evening. There you
go.
Hello. Okay. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna have to give myself a drink there because I don't think I actually breathed this all then. So.
Getting all the words up.
Oh yeah, that's all the words. I think that's my weekly quota met now. So, so how are you? How are you going?
Yeah, good. Thanks. All good. I think recovered from steam from the weekend.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah. Yesterday, Monday and Tuesday was a struggle.
Oh, okay. It was actually.
Yeah, I've woken up now. But yeah, it was really good. And I'm doing all right.
Yeah, and excuse me, sorry. So that was your how many shows have you done now? I can't remember how many.
I want to say 4.
Okay, so
I think that's 4. Yeah.
So
the Bournemouth Brick Fest before Reading. So that was our third together, and then I did Sea City in Southampton, which is that brick people.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah, that's the same guys.
The brick people or that brick people. I can't remember if it's like that brick club and the brick people, or there's a that in there somewhere in their name.
When they evening. The brick people, the ones that were that brick lug at one point, and then they changed it to club, and they changed it to
that's it. Yeah, right. Yeah, and that is why I'm thinking there's a that in there somewhere.
Oh, okay. So since we last saw you, before we go right back in history, as it were, but so other than the show, what else have you been up to Lego-wise, I suppose?
Not a great deal. A bit of building. I did do. So I've got a tower build. That's what I've been displaying the last 2 shows. So I built a base for that and got to do my first bit of lighting and figuring out some landscaping, making a hill and trying to make it look all natural. More another tree, of course.
Yay, tree.
Otherwise, building a little bit, like as in sets, kind of just going through my backlog a bit, building, and then either dismantling or potentially having on display. But mostly dismantling, I want to say. Yeah.
Dismantling. I don't know how. I think that's my problem. I can build, but I don't know how to do the dismantling part. Hence a crazy mess.
It gets dismantled, but it doesn't get sorted. So, hello, Chris. So, yeah, I've got loads to sort. Just like I said, just before we started, I've got so much tidying to do. That I think that's going to be my focus for a little bit.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely with you there. Mine, the trouble is as well, because it's when it's post show, because like beforehand you tend to sort of just go a bit crazy and just try and pull out all the parts, and you think, yeah, I'll do that later, and it comes to clean up, and then it's like car crash afterwards. And so
yeah, that's it. And I don't think I've tidied up since Reading, which was April. So I saw the other day, I was like, oh yeah, I've still got some stuff that I bought there that I haven't put away anyway. It's like I've got this tray of stuff that is like, that's my deal with it later tray. We'll deal with it later trays. Yes, I was like, okay, I need to, and especially after Steam, with that insane box of bags that we went through.
Yeah. That was definitely something. I've got loads of bricks to sort now, and it's like more than I did before, actually. So I don't know. I think we need a mark again to hire a services to sort something. Right. Sorry.
But yeah.
So okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I keep saying cool now. This is going to be my thing today, isn't it? Surveys missing right before first term. Oh, hang on, what's this? Sorry. What's T-Lac saying? Surveys missing right before first time exhibition. So I choose MOC veteran instead. Yeah, no, that's fine. I've only got such a small space. I couldn't work out quite how to phrase things that were in my head, so it ended up being a bit interesting. But yeah, if you're on YouTube, don't forget to do check out the survey, and I'll probably ignore it and forget about it. But please vote in it, and whilst you're voting as well, don't forget to thumbs, like the stream even. I don't know if you're on Twitch. I don't know if you can like the stream. I don't quite know how it works because I've never seen the option. But
no, I've never seen it. Yeah. You just watch it.
Yeah, and just like chuck loads of emotions. You can cry if you want. Emojis, that's the word, not emotions. Have some sadness, have some happiness. Oh gosh, oh my good grief. I'm definitely overspoke on the weekend by the sounds of it, because I can't actually find the correct words for anything.
There was a lot of talking, wasn't there? I was definitely done before, by the end of Sunday.
Well, that's good. I think I managed to the end of Saturday, and then Sunday, and I was like, I can't even hear people today. What's going on?
Yeah. There's always a marked difference in people's energy levels between Saturday and Sunday. Everyone on Sunday is just much more quiet and not really stood by their builds. I mean, I don't tend to stand by my build anyway, but everyone else had just sat around watching football. That was what was going on in the.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
Yeah. There was a tablet with the football going behind the build.
Oh, well. So I don't know how that would work if someone actually, their team wins, they suddenly start going, yay! That's a random person walking past.
Yeah, just cheering at people.
Yeah. It's like, well, this is the best MOC ever. I just got cheered at. Right, I'm just going to quickly find all the... bring up the folders as well, because I was in the page, but I've just been looking at making sure that I've uploaded everything properly. Fantasy play. Oh, okay. Yeah, that gets a bit intense, doesn't it? Fantasy football, I believe. Okay. Okay. Oh, go on, pull me around. So then, as we're talking MOCs, as we do, so we'll do. I'm sure that people in the chat and maybe yourself is familiar with what we do here. So
maybe slightly.
Yeah, slightly. So we'll just go through. We'll just talk about your MOCs and your little, well, not a little MOC journey, but your MOC journey, where you've started, and like I don't know, I suppose the origins of Brick Askew, because obviously you're not Brick Askew.
Yeah.
And we'll also then look at a MOC review. So we'll try and do that at the halfway point. As cool. Ever, we'll try and do it at the halfway point.
Yeah, but timing was always an interesting one.
Yeah. It's like, well, the thing is, it's one of those things that you start talking to someone, and you just sort of see something really interesting on the build, and they'll explain a technique that you haven't seen before, or just you don't recognise, or they've done something a bit left field, and then before you know it, you're an hour and a half in, and you're like, yeah, we've really got to do that.
Yeah, it was quite interesting going through. I'll dive into things in a second, but yeah, it was quite interesting going through all the photos of builds last night. I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah, there's a fair bit. Like, we definitely won't get through anywhere near all of it tonight, but yeah, hopefully we'll see some of it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if you want to, if there's any that you want to definitely hit, just I think we've got the numbers because
you've I tried to organise it. So
yeah, I think it's the most organised I've been with these so far.
I know how it is, so I was like, cool. I think it was old habits, old ways kicking in.
Yeah, I've kind of started to organise things a bit, and then it's like, okay, that's old. I think I've started an archive folder, and I'll probably fill that up, and then I'll get a message from Google in a couple of months saying your drive is full.
Yeah, I did get that pretty much last night. It's like, okay, yeah, I need to
did you?
have a look at that at some point, but ignore it for now. Ignorance is bliss and all that.
We'll come back to it. So, right. So, I've got to just do the present because I should know how to do this. I do it other places as well. I say should do. Oh, the only trouble is because we're doing it on this one. That means we've got to wait for my laptop. Bless him, or it. It's not going to do anything now. I don't have a wheel. I have a blue wheel, so
I can go through my MOC origin, I guess.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I've been MOCing for. Well, so I was into Lego as a kid, had a dark age, and then got back into it nearly 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I was just set building at first, and then after probably about 6 months, got into MOCing. I think probably mostly through Instagram, like seeing stuff on Instagram and Reddit as well, actually. And Reddit's probably what got me back into Lego over lockdown and the pandemic, looking at Reddit and seeing what people are building. And then I asked my missus, can I get an X-Wing, a little X-Wing? And it all just snowballed from there.
Is that the first thing you got then to get you back into Lego? Was the X-Wing?
Yeah, the little Luke Skywalker's X-Wing.
That's quite cool.
And then the next day, tried to the next day get the NASA space shuttle, but Smith's was shut, so I had to go back on the day after Boxing Day. So it did snowball pretty quickly. And then got into MOCing. Started. I think my first build, actually my very first build, I haven't got a picture. I realised just before coming on, was from Avengers, like the Shatari flying hover ship thing.
Oh, okay.
Because I had got into modulars and I was made it like a Marvel battle scene, and then built that. And then ended up modding like the blacksmith set, putting the blacksmith set on top of a bigger base. So that was like what I think I class, and I have got a picture of that.
That's this one, isn't it? Hang on, if I go into it, right. So if I go to this one, come on, this one. That's it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, had the bonsai tree. Yeah, so I did a base wanted to do a river with some I don't know, greenery and a tree. So you use the bonsai tree and the blacksmith set.
Okay, that's this one here, isn't it? That's the bonsai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
so
cool.
It's all pretty basic.
So which one? So I suppose the blacksmith one was the first tree you built, or was it the bonsai?
Good question. I don't know. Probably the bonsai, I think, because it was smaller, and I got blacksmith around April time, I think. Yeah.
It is a good set, the blacksmith one as well, isn't it? Really, it's like.
Yeah, it is one of my favourites. With the choice of wallpaper intentional. No, it wasn't, but it worked out quite nicely for a lot of medieval builds. I was in the rented accommodation. Yeah, but for medieval stuff, it worked well.
Yeah, so that's taking mocking to extremes, just wallpapering.
Yeah,
background. That's really cool.
But yeah, so this was my first introduction to.
I like this.
I quite like. Don't know if I'm sure I copied that off of somewhere. The idea. They're getting straight into the illegal techniques.
Was that with this? Was this an illegal technique then?
I guess so, because it's not down properly, right? So there's stress somewhere.
Okay.
Within the piece.
on a reddish brown as well. It's
this
living dangerously.
I had no idea about brittle brown at that point. But yeah, so that was the first thing, and then I think after that, I ended up going just quite big and doing quite a massive medieval MOC.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what order I put stuff in.
What's the
behind the scenes? Because this was probably the start of me thinking about like social media and stuff. Because I was like, oh well, document how I've done it. Oh, yeah, there's my cat.
Okay. I see. So this is like the planning stage, then, isn't it? So.
Yeah. So like with the blacksmith set, I made sure to have like kind of lots of air underneath it, so that you don't get pressure build up and break the base.
Well, that's good. That's really cool. So you just kind of start with one layer, and then you just.
Yeah, and I guess I kind of did Mills plating by the looks of it.
Yeah, this bit here, isn't it? Yeah. The whole thing was on thicker base. I can't remember. Go back. Sorry. You didn't go back for me. No. Press that instead. Because then this bit isn't it? This bit's more raised.
Yeah. No, it's not quite Mills plate at all, actually. Just 2 plates by the looks of it. But yeah, and I think after that went down the medieval route and ended up doing. In fact, this will say what number. Oh no, sorry, actually no, it was the second one. Did a temple, so it was into modulars and wanted to make something for my little city. And ended up.
Oh wow! I see.
Yeah, did a ruined temple, and took. So that red thing is a monster from a Doctor Strange set.
Oh,
I think there should be a picture.
Is that the Sanctum set when the first Sanctum?
Yeah, the first Sanctum. Yes, or was it an earlier one? I think it's a Sanctum one. I think it's like the inside of the Sanctum.
Yeah, it's like 2 or 3 walls or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So then I guess will just fit in between other modulars then, as well as the idea, like.
Yeah. So it had all the pins lined up and everything. There's a guy getting sacrificed.
Oh nice. He's even chained down as well.
Yeah, there's a guy. You can't really see him. There's a guy in like a hood, just at the bottom there. Yeah,
just there.
I can't remember who that is. But yeah, so come to this, and I think this one was a good learning experience for me because I posted on Reddit, and I forgot to put pictures on here actually, but so this was like the third iteration.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just put on Reddit like, what do you think of this? Do you have any feedback and tips for how to improve it? And yeah, people like put texture in, change this, that, or the other. So it's really good learning experience. And I've got a point. I really want to do it again. I've done it once since, but the greenery in the corner there, it's ages, but it's all like snot. So under that, there's like snot going up the wall, and building it up basically.
Okay. And because you tend to just so you don't build in studio or anything first, do you? It's just generally.
No,
you just build it freehand, as it were.
Yeah, and then iterate on it. Yeah, freehand. And then just break it down again. Like this one, I would break it right down to the foundation, basically, and then build it back up. You get quicker as you go. Yeah,
I guess because you kind of almost like muscle memory, I suppose, isn't it? For some of the techniques, it's like, okay, we do this, and I mean,
yeah,
you're probably quite quick doing the greenery by the third version, for example.
Yeah, although to be fair, I probably left that bit as it was, or left it to the end maybe, because that did take a while. But yeah, like especially the building is quick to get it back up.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, you can just see the pinholes as well down here. So that's like in modular system then, isn't it, like that? Yeah,
exactly. And I just had this like, well, it was like a deck stand for like turntables, and it had my city street on there, and had just enough room for a 16 by 32 to slot in.
That's really cool. I really like the roof on this. Actually, it's like sounds out of everything on there. That's really cool. I saw the fact that you kind of like got there, so you can see like there's some beams there, and like what's left of like the tiled part of the roof, and then clearly the rest has just been lost to time, as it were. Well,
it's quite an easy, a bit of rubble. Quite an easy way to do a roof, because roofs are kind of I'm not very good at roofs, or I always struggle with them. So that was a nice, easy way to do it. I think that was purple as well.
Oh, and it's dark red as well, isn't it? So
they had loads of them on purple a year or two ago. Well, 2 years ago, I guess.
Oh, back when the pad was good.
You know my conspiracy about that.
Well, yeah, Lego Online pad. And you can see more the rubble a bit inside as well.
Yeah, because I was trying to do like pillars on the inside. The idea being that it was like at one point quite unsuspecting from the outside, and then a sacrificial chamber on the inside.
So what was there like any particular thing that sparked your idea for this thing, or was it just?
I don't really know. I think it was just random. It's just something that would fit in the city on a 16 by 32 base plate, and just a bit random. I seem to quite like the idea of making Lego a bit violent or a bit dark, because it's a kid's toy, and kind of goes against what it's about, I suppose.
But then the thing is, but the thing is, we say that, and then they sort of bring out really dark themes in Lego then as well.
That's true. They do have the odd one.
Yeah, but it's still family friendly. But here's I don't know, a serial killer. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the idea was for this one. I think just like it would be potentially part of a city, just like a broken down church.
I mean, it's kind of a good contrast though to all like the modulars, which are quite sort of happy as it were. Anyway, generally, and then it's like, oh, here, and in the middle of it all, in the middle of all this happiness, we've got something that's really, really dark and horrible.
I guess also because in my in the modulars, they had all this massive battle going on with all these Marvel figs, so kind of made sense to have some of made sense to have something that was a bit damaged.
Yeah, I guess it follows the theme then, doesn't it? Because they're all completely smashed up. It's like they've got to have some consequences somewhere, haven't they? So
yeah.
These flipping Avengers, girl. Yeah. So that's really cool. So that's kind of like then again, so that's like another one then building up towards the next one, I guess, which so then from there you went to the swapped around.
Cool.
So this was
so then this one
much bigger actually. Yes.
So there's actually like 3 and a bit parts to this. If you skip through the pictures, there should be 1 or 2 of it where it's like all complete. It might be towards the end because I don't know if these are in chronological order.
Come on. Oh, there we go. Can't do more than one picture in it. Can't do more than one picture a minute. I'll tell you what, I'll come out there. Clicking it that way.
There we
go. Wow.
So I had this idea of it being, so it's going from the left, it's got like the king and his troops marching on eventually to get to an evil wizard's tower and going through like a magical evil forest to get there. So to like show some progression, I guess.
That's nice.
And I was always a fan of Castle as a kid. And because before this as well, there was I got 3 of the 3-in-1 castles because there's a rebrickable. I guess I must have found rebrickable, or maybe it's probably off. I don't know. Found a rebrickable in a set of instructions from somewhere where you could turn them into this really awesome castle. And then I was like, okay, cool. I want to make my own. Make my own kind of medieval thing. I started out with building one of those houses and built out from there.
So this is kind of like, because this is kind of like then like an early. I mean, it's not. It doesn't look the same really, but I mean, it's kind of like the early sort of version, maybe of like the one you've got at the moment. That's got lots of storytelling in it. It's a standard. It seems to be actually with a lot of the medieval ones that you've done. There is a lot of the storytelling in there. So
I think there's just lots of opportunity for it as well, like fantasy. I guess it's all about storytelling, and I really like that aspect of it. Because I think as well, I think part of what got me back into Lego was watching the Australian Lego Masters. And they always, Brickman and that is always saying about storytelling and how important it is. So, I think that might have stuck in my head from that. But there's just really good opportunity to tell lots of different stories in, I guess, fantasy and sci-fi as well.
Because it's like some of those. It's a bit like I think Kayo did a thing as well, like lots of storytelling in his as well. So I mean, but just looking at this, we've got like these guys having their. I love the fact that you've got all this going on and they're just having their lunch. And it's like, never mind the battle.
Because that's the Forestman hideout gift for purchase, but all I did was swap some pieces around to make it a witch's hideout.
Actually, it looks really good with the brown, actually, to be fair.
I was like, okay, that actually works really nicely.
And the trees are really starting to be like really full as well, aren't they? That's the right way.
Yeah, I think this was the first time I properly did trees. I had to go at it.
And a dragon there. That is a dragon, isn't it? Yeah.
It's the Thestral from Harry Potter. There's a baby Thestral. So I must have got. I got like there's a Thestral set with the carriage.
Oh yeah, because there's Hagrid as well hiding in there as well. So.
yeah.
But again, another useful character / minifigure as well. Minifigure. Mini.
Yeah, I guess. Yes.
Big thing.
But yeah, because he fits quite nicely with the like medieval style. He's kind of stuck in an olden time style dress sense, I guess.
Oh, and you've done that as well with the hat and it coming off as well.
Yeah,
this is cool. So was it Slim Jim?
I didn't see that. That was Slim Jim, wasn't it? He had that.
Yeah, such cool. It's a really cool effect though as well because it's just like proper in action type shot. It's really.
Yeah, I do like that. I think that was There's the smoke technique for the house. I can't. There might be closer pictures.
So like if I go backwards now, come on, it's had time. Yeah. Oh, okay, cool. This is another.
So that's another shot.
There's a lot going on down here as well.
Yeah, it all goes around the back as well. I think there's more pictures, and I think I did some interior on the tower.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, because that's the thing as well. Because you do always feel like the inside of all the MOCs as well, don't you? Because like the current is it because it's a tower, isn't it? In the not the big tower, the other the tower in the other build.
With the tavern, yeah,
that's the one. Because you can take you can open that up and like see all the guys, all the little scenes in there.
Yeah, that's it. Because with these, like I did fully do the interiors and everything, but you just don't see it. And I did it like the modular, so you can take it apart, and I think you could take the roofs off as well, but you just don't see it. Here you go. Yeah, and that technique. So with the roofs, where it's got the curved slopes.
Yeah,
I think it's got curved slopes on there. So I've used that kind of technique again.
Yeah,
there's lots of stuff I've just kind of repurposed, and even that building with the red roof, I've repurposed for a whole different build as well.
Because you did do that for a couple. I can't remember which one it was. I think there was another one that you'd done. And I think you said you kept it for ages. It might have been the Sorcerer's Tower.
That was it. Yeah, the tower. I did it for a whole different build. Kept the tower when I moved house, and dismantled the base, and then had that set on the shelf for a year, I guess. So I think I actually built the tower a year and a half, 2 years ago. And then so I want to do another base for it.
Just reuse it. That's good though, and I really like this technique as well. Excuse me, on the roof.
It took me ages to figure that out because this was the first time I built a house properly. Like I say, building roofs. I find roofs tricky. I just get my head around them.
Because they can kind of go two ways. They can either look. They can either look really good or they can just look really blocky, which is the danger you've got with it's Lego, isn't it? It's kind of like I think I tend to just be a bit wary and just put a plate on because that's the thinnest thing possible, and then look at it and just think, oh well, it's covered. So
it's nice to use the slopes like the one on the right because it's just nice and easy. But
yeah. I love the chimney as well with the little gap there as well. Like
I started. I haven't done it, but there's I think all of the buildings in this. I started in that temple ruin, started using slopes to create gaps. So normal slopes and inverted ones, and you can get all sorts of funky angles. I think on one of those buildings, there's a big chunk missing out of the corner. I don't know if you'll be able to see it from here. Actually, there, isn't it? And maybe above as well. But
not completely pristine, is it? But that's kind of more sort of realistic, though, isn't it? It's a bit more sort of / tumble down slightly. So.
Yeah, and that was it. It was like a tumble down village on the. So because the idea being like it's on the outskirt of this evil wizard's tower, so it's all like neglected. He's not going to care about the people around him. And yeah, the idea, so like that's a highwayman in the doorway of that building on the left, and Hagrid's like I guess he's a nice guy, but keeping out of the way because he's, I guess in his story he was accused of doing magic outside of what he was meant to be.
Oh, he's going to hit his head as well. Let's see, move it this way. Come on. There you go. Ah, cool. So this is the bit then that goes to the right of that one. Is that right?
Yeah. So hopefully all these pictures will line up to go to the right. And then this is like the entrance to the magical forest.
I like that.
Yeah. And there's a bit of like gaming influence. Like there's a bit where it's like a save point before this. There's like a little shrine that there's someone praying to. And I was like, yeah, that seems like a good place to save. Don't think it will show up in the picture. But
is that in this one, or is that a previous picture?
In the one before. But I don't know if it's behind the tree on the right, basically.
So here's somewhere.
Yeah, but you won't be able to see it, I'm afraid.
Oh, you got that funny thing from the
yeah, from Marvel. Yeah.
Shang-Chi. Yeah, that's one. What does this remind me of? I can't think what this reminds me of. Actually, I think it's something like that in one of the Witcher games, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Like an archway.
Probably, yeah. I think the Witchers inspired me a chunk in my medieval builds. It definitely inspired the tower. That was very much in my mind when I was building it. There's a level where there's like a tower which is surrounded by water and it's got a ghost in it.
Okay.
In Witcher 3, that is.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if have I seen that bit yet? Oh, I don't know. I haven't really been into that one for a while.
No, I need to finish the expansions, but yeah. Yeah, and then that's got some old, because I must have dug out my old Lego from my parents' loft at that point, because those trees on the left, they're all
these ones.
Yeah, old school ones. And they're actually now in my latest build.
There you go.
The tavern. Yeah.
And is the cart attached or is it just placed? Can you remember?
Just placed there, yeah. Yeah, that's just the one just lifted straight out of the blacksmith.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was. I couldn't work out if it's that one or the Thestral carriage, but I think the Thestral one's not as detailed as this one, probably.
No, I think it's black, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do normally have autosave enabled, Mark. But I also save all the time. Because...
Yeah, you've definitely got to with some of those things. Okay, cool. So this is on the way forest. To the tower, isn't it? So
yeah, like the interim bit.
That's a
there's like a broken tree. I think there's a couple of tree stumps in this. And this is basic basic tree stuff there.
But then you got these ones, the pine trees, because that's a really good technique for
I like
pine
that technique. Trees. I can't remember where I stole that from, but I definitely stole it from somewhere.
But it's interesting though, because you kind of got the trees and you've got the different type of trees so far. So you've got like this one, the bigger one, which just got a pretty intense canopy going on there, and then these ones they still got the canopy, but then the trunk's a bit more.
Because I think I was trying to go for like like in a forest or the woods where you see lots of tree trunks. So I was trying to emphasize the tree trunks, I guess, or like
because the tree trunks are sort of more the further you get into a forest and the taller the trees are, they're quite sparse because all the stuff for the sun is up there somewhere, isn't it?
Like, yeah, exactly. So I'll try again at some point to create a forest, but it takes up a lot of space. I imagine doing a forest. I'm a strong believer in there's no such thing as an original idea. Someone's done it before you, so steal away.
I suppose as well, the more, if you're doing a really dense forest as well, you kind of got to start from like the furthest corner and kind of just sort of do that. Otherwise, if you go in to put a tree, you're going to knock it all over and be like, oh,
yeah, that's true. And I was trying to also think about like actually being able to see what else there is. So like with the little lake or pond or whatever it is, I've got there. So I wanted to be able to see that and that guy fishing and see that hideout. This was my first bit of work as well, I think.
Okay. Oh yeah. So have you got any sort of go-to methods for rock work as well? Because I know it can trip people over quite easily.
It is that the next section might show better actually, but I think it's just kind of random. I don't know. Oh, you can see a bit there actually. Trying to keep it as random as possible. It takes me ages, basically. Oh yeah, I think I was just showing the back because there's just lots of bones and hidden treasure. Rock work's a tough one. I'm trying to think if I've got any around because it depends on. There's a few techniques. You can either just build it straight up. I always use slopes, and then either build it up just straight up, and usually so it goes back as well, so it's at an angle. Because I know Tech's done a really good technique where it's like 2 or 3 bricks deep overall. And you just sloped like a side-on view almost. But I tend to have it, I don't know if it's the right way to say it, but more 3D. So you end up being about 6 to 8 bricks deep. Starting from at the bottom, and then it tapers towards the top, so kind of like a mountain or triangle if you were to look at it side on.
It is one of those things you end up second guessing yourself a lot though, because I guess because it's like you do something and after a while you think, oh hang on, this looks a little bit too uniform, and you have to take it apart to try and make it look really more random something.
It's the randomness of it as well, and I suppose it also depends if you're building a cave or a cliffside or a mountain, and what exactly kind of rock work you're doing. Because you can also build it sideways, and if we get to it, there's a build I did with a massive wave that's got a different technique with rock.
I think I know the one actually. Oh yeah, because it was I think you did that one this year, didn't you? That one.
Yes, it might have. I think it was this year. Yeah, I think it was.
I think you're trying to do the figure on it as well, weren't you?
Yeah, I think it must have been towards the beginning of this year.
You still got that one actually? Have you still got that one built up? Or?
Yeah, that is. Where is it? There. That one.
Oh, it's not going to let me do it, is it? Of course it doesn't. No, not that one. That one. No, okay. Can I find the buttons? Hang on. There you go. That one.
Yeah, that one. So I've done sideways build, and there's a behind the scenes photo of that actually showing how I did it. Because I again copied it from somewhere but tweaked it.
Oh, so you sort of just put your own stamp on it then. So
yeah. And this one, I was so pleased with how that tower turned out. It came together really quickly, and it was one. Admittedly, I think I built it and then broke it down and added more texture and more broken stuff in.
Yeah, because there's a lot of chunks out of the wall and cracks and stuff here, but they'll kind of work well. They'll really work really well, don't they? Oh, that's a good idea. The hinge, that's hinges, isn't it, as well?
Yeah,
For that technique there.
to add a bit of texture in. And the thing of like not having it all masonry bricks as well. So
yeah.
being
and
quite
not having all the colours match as well sometimes just makes all the difference as well, doesn't it? So
yeah, I think that was something we learned off of Reddit. That was some advice that they gave.
Yeah, I must admit, if I have done any some masonry brick type walls, I do try and vary it somehow. So he said I've got to do that actually still, because it's very easy sometimes just to fall into the trap of just masonry.
Yeah, it is. But also because I think when you do that, there's a whole thing around it makes the build less stable because you've got more, because it's slightly more round, it's got more gaps in the bricks. So the bricks pull together more.
Yeah.
So for instance, so for one of like the only modular building I've made, actually no, second, but I couldn't fit the second layer on top of the second floor on properly because basically it was pulling. So at ends it was slightly like bent upwards, and it was because it was lots of masonry bricks and the gaps were causing the bricks to pull in, and so the end was curving up, and I had to, and also combined with the fact that I was using too many pieces to make the base of the floor. But yeah, so because there's a whole thing about like if you might even just be smaller bricks, but if you build, I don't know, 2 meters, a 2 meter length of 1 by bricks, if you use longer pieces, so 1 by 12 or whatever, 16, the longest is, versus 1 by 2s, it's actually shorter with the smaller pieces. You can't get them to match exactly the right size because of the gaps in the.
Actually, did Mark have a problem with something like that? I think because he did a masonry brick border around his junk build.
Yeah,
it didn't quite match up because I think, is it masonry bricks or something slightly shorter than normal 1x2s or something?
I think they are because they've got like the curved corner at least. I think
and
it was. I think they're slightly, ever so slightly shorter.
Yeah, and then it just, of course, if you're wrapping it around a plate, then it just makes all that difference when it's kind of like that and cornering and everything.
Like it's all right if it's a short length, but yeah, as it gets longer, it's more noticeable.
I really like the dark as well. Actually, the dark, just
I think
random bit of it.
That's definitely something with like medieval, is to try to contrast against the grey. I think that I could have done more with the base on this because it's grey rock and then a grey building. But yeah, I think I also quite liked how that almost kind of looks like it just slots in as well, the dark grey bit into the light grey bit where it comes up.
It's kind of like because you mean like you see it all the time, don't we, on like classic castles and stuff. There you go. You get like the different types of stones. So I think like, is it all like some stones like more sort of bluish in color, and you get like red slate and all sorts. So
yeah, I think a lot of them used to be white as well. They're whitewashed like castles quite regularly.
Yeah, because of all the blood. It's because of all the attacking, isn't it? So, cool. And this is around the back of it as well.
Yeah, so just to show you, like that was. I think I just put that on to cover up. I was running out of pieces at that point around the back, because I was only doing this for like myself, and I think I was on Instagram at this point, so I was like, well, no one's going to see that, but I'll just cover up the snot pieces, or I think they were actually Technic pieces, and I just put a pin in, and then you can attach tiles or plates to it.
It's kind of like it's been patched up a bit, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking in my head. It's like, you see that in games, right? Any game where you're climbing up a tower, there's random bits of wood. So that was what I was justifying it in my head. Oh, yeah, a bit of violence and blood.
Yeah.
I enjoyed doing all the characters for this, like making all the knights and all the evil characters, and there's like a zombie in there somewhere.
Yeah,
but yeah, again, like with the rock, a lot of it is just slopes and positioning them in like various different angles, and that, yeah, you said that was done with like a hinge. Must have been maybe 2 hinge plates, like one on top of the other, so you can then put it at different angles. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. So it's kind of, yeah, trying to get it up because it has to swivel slightly as well, because that's the angles flush against the wall. Oh gosh. Oh god, the geometry on that is just it's just hurting my brain. What does Andy say? That's an 8mm center to center, but across the joint, the tiny clearance allowed. So the center to center across the joint would be slightly less. So the more joints, the more run out. Okay.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense. So you're going to build a wall, use bigger bits of Lego, basically.
Yeah.
Unless you want it to
or a mixture. A mixture tends to do quite well, because in my head, at least, I feel like when you use bigger bits, it kind of pulls everything into the right dimensions. So I do that. I'll use like 1x6 pieces every now and then to build stuff up.
I think I use panel pieces a lot. If I've just got a wall that needs filling in, it's like, oh, just chuck some panels in there.
Yeah.
Possibly a bit lazy of me, I don't know. But it's just, sometimes it's just a little bit easier, because it's, because you've got like the focus is like one bit there. If I've just got like another bit there, it's like, I'll just chuck a panel in there. But it stays on bricks as well slightly.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, definitely. And I feel like it kind of helps with the structures sometimes, maybe. Yeah,
because I think there'll be, because you can get they're all sort of designed, aren't they, to just be sort of a bit more solid, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. I do use them a lot for filler, to be honest. I usually have them back to back. So it's 2 panels back to back. So it ends up being 2x6 by however high it is.
Okay.
Is it then it's 4 or 5? Yeah, 4 or 5 high. Don't know.
I've probably got one somewhere, but I'm not counting them.
Yeah, I've given up trying to find stuff right now.
I've just got like a few little random parts still here that I ordered. So I've still got like the spare piece I ordered that came like 11th hour, amongst other bits. I've ordered more of than I should have done. But it's just me.
And then, I think I took a little break for a couple of builds from Medieval. Made a modular again, because I think at this point I moved my room around, so I ended up having like a shelf city. I can't remember if I even put this into did I? Yeah, I did actually.
Oh, that's on Mills, that one. Is that?
Yes, so I started Mills plating stuff by that point.
Oh, that's good use of that piece. Oh, that's really
good. I like that piece for that. It took me a while to figure out the details around the roofs. And shout out to Gordon for that. I think it was Gordon Werner, because he was providing some good tips for buildings.
That's a nice corner technique as well, actually. So is it?
That is sketchy. That is so so it's only connected at the bottom and the top, so you can kind of see that it's bending a little bit. Yeah. Hello, Rosie. And I think I didn't actually finish that. I think I was going to go back and build it in so that it was connected part way up to the rest of the building. Because so this is the Friends. I haven't got interior shots, but this is like the Friends perk cafe. Central Perk. So I repurposed that into a building. So it's got 2 floors. It's got like the coffee bar on the ground floor, and then like a seating area on top. And it's got all the Friends characters in there.
Okay.
And then
That's cool. That's a nice skylight as well, actually.
I think that's on Boutique Hotel. I want to say again, just ripped off from somewhere else. And then that guy reminds me of Mike Wozniak from I don't know if you've seen Taskmaster. Master. It's one of the contestants on that. Looks just like him. Yeah.
I think Oh, sorry, no, I was just trying to click on something. I think they do that sometimes. I know there's a couple of figures that sometimes look like famous people, and you're like, what's that modelled on there?
So yeah, and then because they're from the idea being that that's a roof terrace for the townhouse next to it. Yeah, and there's like the old boys, it's like a family, and the Queen is in the window below.
Oh, okay. That's the next picture. Probably see better then. Oh, okay.
That's it. Yeah, just about here.
Just make it. That's a nice bit of greenery on there as well, because it just sort of softens the shape really when you've got like two sort of square buildings, next to each other like that.
Yeah, that's it. And I think it was a lot of it was trying to not have it so square and flat as well. So like with the what are they called? Not umbrellas, but like the parasols or whatever they are, the bits coming out above the windows on the coffee shop and on the townhouse having like the door frame come out and it's got slope. So it's like, I think it's actually got 3 bits of depth, levels of depth to it on the front of the building on the left.
Yeah.
So you got slope just above the flowers, and then
there's a top one. The balcony sticks out more than like the bay top window and the front and the door, I guess.
I think the balcony might be the same, stick out the same amount as the window, maybe. But yeah,
that's really cool. So this is kind of like learning all techniques as you're going as well.
And it was this build. It was with where the edges were bending up on the second floor for this building here, in fact. And it was learning that. And so I was part of Johanna Haiti Toys Discord server at this point, which is a really good source for learning stuff and getting tips. And yeah, I think it was her, in fact, that said use as few pieces as possible in the floors of the floors, because if you've got too many pieces, it can pull it all into the center. So as few pieces as possible, as few plates as possible, and then combined with loads of masonry bricks.
It's kind of stuff you don't really think about, I guess. It's like the effect it's all going to have, like as you say, like pulling it all in different areas as well. It's like
I had no idea it was a thing. It was really weird. I just couldn't get my head around it at all.
You can kind of see a bit here, actually, I guess, because even if that is bowing slightly, it's still connected, so it should be vertical. And this one, seems to be sort of wider. I'm pointing at you, can't see. Like wider here than it is.
Yeah. So I think that's just because like the pressure of the roof. So the roof is kind of sitting on top of those. So they're not very stable at all. The 1x1 bricks and cylinders.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the roof is kind of pushing it, so it's going in a bit. You can see that more on the right hand side, the gap at the top.
Yeah,
there.
This one's
it's quite pronounced compared to the rest of it. But I didn't bother to connect it properly, I guess. Also because I was trying to figure out how to get like a grey corner plate piece, like a 2x2 corner, into the build without it looking weird, because it's like got those green and brown layers, lines. But
you kind of need to, even like a corner piece, the 2x2 sort of corner piece, would kind of still not work, because you'd have one side that is going to have like the bit of plate sticking out anyway.
Yeah. So I didn't figure that out.
Okay. Tip to stop bending in up is to occasionally use a long plate around the edge. It reintroduces the correct stud gap spacing and resets the problem. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, using longer pieces, because I do it with bricks as well. Like I said, like using a longer brick, like amongst shorter ones helps to keep the length right.
I guess as well, if you kind of make the wall 2 bricks deep as well, you can you reset it that way? So you have like the longer brick in the inside, and then
maybe I don't know if it,
because that just push them out.
I don't know.
Maybe,
but you'd still have it. Yeah, it might be less so, but I think you'd still have it a bit. I think the problem I had with this was that I didn't have longer pieces in these colours.
Yeah, that's the trouble as well, isn't it? It's certain colours. It's like, okay, I've only got like, I think the sort of biggest you can get sometimes is like 1x4 or something. You know? Oh,
yeah. Figuring out like how the pieces go together while also having that like interlocking brick. So rather than just having the columns of masonry bricks, having them so you've got 2 below and then one that goes above. I'm not really explaining it very well, but if you zoom in on the bricks there,
here,
so you've got like so they're not just straight on top of each other. If you see what I mean. So that brick and then the one next to it.
This one.
Yeah, and then the one directly next to it. So you've got 2. But yeah, so they're basically so the bricks are staggered.
I see. I mean,
to help strengthen it. But it means when you've got random pieces like 1x1s or 1x3s and 1x2s, trying to figure out how to put them all together and keep them staggered gets difficult.
And then also with the masonry, you've kind of got the additional thing of the pattern on it as well, because sometimes it's like, oh, it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
I tell you what, looking at masonry bricks sometimes does play with your eyes, because I'm looking at this bit thinking that's the bottom of the brick next to it, and it's like, well, have you managed to bend this one under it?
It took me a second to be like, what? Was I using plates as well at that point?
Yeah, it's like, not a masonry plate, what? Oh, that's a good idea. Take note of that one. Just cut some notches in a plate, make it match up. Maybe what could go wrong? Cool. So, and it's really nice sort of color contrast between the two as well here.
Yeah, these colors work really nicely together, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nicer than the jazz cafe.
I think again as well, like City's really good for just simple storytelling. It doesn't have to be excessive or anything. But I think like that guy is like a binman stopping to smell the flowers on his way while picking up the bins and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah. When she's just photographing them. And...
yeah.
I'm assuming the dog's going to go after the stick that's in there, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Because it's just that came with the CMF that's just walking around the corner.
Okay.
I think they came together. So it's just that she's just got coffee and she's like a developer. So off to work.
Oh, that coffee cup.
And that's actually my first sig fig.
Right there you go. With bricks bags also, not Lego bag, but
no, I can't remember where that's for. It might be from minifigs.me or one more brick. Maybe one more brick. Actually,
I've repurposed the blacksmith sign there as well.
Yeah, because I think at that point I bought an extra vest or 2 of the blacksmith when it was on crazy discount.
Oh, okay. I'd originally got 2. So, okay. So have you still got one built then as well?
Yeah, I've got one built, one that I parted out, and then I ended up selling one
okay.
in the house move. But yeah, it's probably wise.
So So then how long? So after the townhouse, then I guess, did you stay with the townhouse theme or?
No, I think that was the last like modular style building I did. I did do a mirror build. I did build the boutique hotel in mirror to make it fit with my city, my shelf city. But that just blew my brain, and I won't be doing that again. I do still have it built, but I ended up having to cut a piece to make it work. So no, I don't think I can sell the set because because I've got a cut piece that I don't think you could build it the right way around now. But yeah, that is painful. I do not recommend doing a mirror build, or at least not the boutique hotel. You have to figure it all to go backwards, and then I didn't even think until right near the end. It's like, it was like a wedge plate that only came. I needed like the right version of it, so it came with the left version. I needed the right version, and I was like, it doesn't. They just don't make it, so I ended up having to use like a black piece or something like that.
I see, just to fill it. Yeah, it's really frustrating stuff like that. Though, because I think did Johanna try and? No, she didn't. She did actually flip the Sanctum, didn't she? But I think there's just one part maybe that was again another wedge plate again, typical. Wasn't in the right color or something to go the other way.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it's probably. I think her and Ulrika did it, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, seems doable. And then never again.
Yeah, I don't even know how you work that. I mean, would you just like hold a mirror up to the instructions and be like, okay, copy that one? Or
you just have to flip it around in your head. Holding a mirror probably would work quite well, actually, to be honest. Maybe I don't know, but just figuring, like, putting it all on backwards and then hoping you don't make a mistake, because if you do, then you've got to figure it all out backwards in reverse and then put it back together backwards. No.
Wow. That sounds like a really great way to spend a weekend.
Yeah. And by the time I was like, I committed to do it anyway because it was the only way I could make it work. I just wanted it that way round. And I got too far in to be like, I've got to finish it now. So and then after that I started to go down the more kind of like nature route, I suppose, and the idea of like nature versus man, and also storytelling, a bit more like progressing a build. So the pirate treasure cave. So this has got a whole bunch of rock work in it. So this is, I think this is in the order of the story. So this isn't actually where it started. So I built it with so it's a pirate treasure cave, and the first version of it has, which you'll see, it has like a party happening and stuff. And then I was like, okay, I'll tell a story of this cave and progressing over time. And the idea here is like a guy gets stranded. He's found all this treasure, but he can't. He's stranded, so he just gets drunk.
Well, as you do,
yeah. He can make a fire at least. I think there's like him, drunk and diving. And this is where I was messing around. Yeah, did my first proper bit of rock work and water as well. So I was quite pleased with how that wave turned out. And then
I was gonna say, it does actually look like it is like just water the way it's going. The curve like that.
Because I don't think I haven't seen many people do it, but I don't think I didn't put a picture in, but basically I just did lots of like 1x2, 1x3 blue plates underneath and built it up to maybe 3 plates high at its highest point.
Okay.
and could kind of shape a wave, and then covered it with the translucent pieces. Yeah, so you can kind of see it on the edge there. Solid plate.
That's a close up. I like the fire, by the way. That's really good. Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah, he's lost a leg here. So this was my first experience of pulling minifigures apart.
okay.
He's had a tussle with a shark.
That suddenly got quite graphic quite quickly. Oh, you can,
yeah,
you can see that. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. So that's like an actual.
Yeah, so that's like plate, and so you can do like shape the wave, and then use the slopes to create the wave and the clear.
Yeah, that's really nice. That is really nice technique, actually. It does. It just looks. It does look really water like, you know, the way it sort of is actually flowing. It's really. Oh,
and you know what? When because the way I had it as well in my room, like it caught the light, and because it's all lots of like 1x pieces, it really like sparkles in the right light. It looks it looks awesome.
Yeah, I bet. And that's not that even, you know, looking at the water, but I haven't even looked at the rock work there, which again, so you can see the way, you can see like the progression as well between this and like the medieval scene from earlier as well, because
because I was using some snot techniques more as well here, and because it is a cave in there as well. Like I don't think I've got pictures of it from behind. And in fact, so this was one of the first ones I displayed. Hey, there he is. He's drinking his sorries. He's drowning in the sorries there.
Oh, so alive! I lost a leg. Oh my God.
Because it was Pirates of Barracuda Bay that inspired this, and I think that was one of the figures there. And I pulled the leg off, and I was like, God, I hope this doesn't break, because I don't want to have to try and replace the legs on that. So it's messing around. Like it's an absolute state where you can't see it. Oh yeah, no, he's dead.
I love this. Is like a story. This is such a story. This one. There he is, happy and just. Oh.
But then he realizes he's got all the gold. He's won, but he can't do anything with it. And I don't know what the message was ultimately.
Don't get shipwrecked, maybe.
Money can't bring you happiness. Yeah, don't get shipwrecked on a treasure island.
That's so cool. I mean, that's quite fun, the whole thing.
And then then there's like there's folder 2, but behind all the rocks, like because I built it up. This was probably my first time trying to figure out how to do use filler brick basically, and to not use loads of pieces to prop everything up, so it's not all solid.
Yeah, that's really
wave work. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we call it water work, but I think that's another thing.
Yeah, I did like the technique for the fire actually when it's all lit up. Where's the closer view? This one here, because that's just like the action pieces, isn't it? In like studs with the like that. That's really, because you can just imagine him, you know, constantly topping up like the logs in the fire, so it's kind of just sort of more and more.
Yeah, I do like that. How that turned out.
Was this adapted from the blacksmith thing again? The
No, I just built it. It was just it's just a broken boat, or like half a boat. Because again, that was Reddit feedback. Because someone said like, oh, it'd be good if there was a boat on there, so you knew, just to help build the story up, so you could see he's actually shipwrecked.
Okay, yeah, makes sense actually.
Yeah, I do like a bit of blood in the odd build. A bit of graphic.
As long as it's as long as it's not real blood, that's
I think it's fine on that.
No minifigures will really hurt during the.
So this is later on. Though, like the pirates are coming to have also found it. So they've got like the treasure map and
No, he's back for more. Look, he's thinking, oh, I've got dessert coming down.
So this was actually the first build of it. So you can see like there's two long grey bits just up to the right of the top of the cave. So I ended up taking those off. So they're missing from the one we were just looking at.
Yeah.
They looked a bit funny. Again, from some feedback. But basically, getting feedback is really helpful. So that's the end of them. So this is after the partying, where they're getting chased off by various seafaring supernatural creatures.
Oh, wow. So, it's just...
so that's the guy who was partying by himself and was shipwrecked.
It was him. Okay.
Yeah. And then this is the guy who found it later on. Yeah. But I think the pictures are all out of order. So this is like a drunken pirate party. I think they're all characters from Pirates Back. Hello there, Tyson. Welcome to my bloody MOCs.
Not really that bloodthirsty, really. Oh, that's it. Oh no, that's not the same one. I hope he's dancing with his. Oh dear.
He is. Yeah, that's the guy.
It's not too close, otherwise it's going to be a bit grisly. Oh, well, grisly. Yeah.
They're pirates; they don't care.
Yeah, well, this is true.
Because with this build as well, this was. I used this in my first display, and I ended up. I don't think I've actually got pictures of it, but I ended up building it up even more and having like a green grass top to it, and up there. So built it up and made it more solid, so it could actually transport. And it was quite handy because with this, the whole C bit came off. Basically, it was attached with a few bits of plate.
So you can just put it off like that way and separate it out.
So it's really nice and easy to transport.
Was that kind of the reason you did it that way? Or was
No, it was completely unintentional, but it worked out very nicely.
That's really good.
So I think with that kind of sparked a bit of like man versus nature, and the whole idea of that was over time how nature outlives man, basically.
Yeah.
And then that's kind of come through in a couple of my other builds. So I like the whole overgrown sort of thing. So that natural takeover. So this was like a continuation of the theme. And again, so that build was taken from that massive medieval MOC that I did, that building.
So it's recycling as well.
Yeah, environmentally conscious. And this, it starts out simple as like a family having a good time.
Okay.
Get killed by orcs.
Oh, nice.
Set it on fire. It's quite fun to like creating the fire. Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah, they're dead. I think. Yeah, the kid's not in there. He's not dead yet. But that was quite fun.
He's not in there then, hopefully. So.
No, I don't think so. But like having it set on fire and creating the smoke and starting to break it down a bit. And then this is like the idea is that so now that the house is empty, the orcs have moved on. They've left the heads on spikes.
Of course they have.
And now nature's going to start taking it. And like you can see, there's a tree starting to come out of the roof, and like the window at the front, and everything's overgrown.
I really like the way that's actually hanging on that. That just looks really cool. God, it's very sort of post-apocalyptic-ish, but I suppose it is medieval post-apocalyptic.
Kind of is. Otters. Yeah, it was nice, and like animals can start coming in, and nature's just taken over really.
Oh, look at that! That's really good. I love that.
And so I was starting to like break down the building more and have like the tools pushing the walls out and stuff. And
so, how would you have done that then? Would you just pull, literally just gone like that and just pulled bricks out, or just
literally just took bricks out where I was like, right, okay, I want the tree to be coming out of this part of the roof. So I think over time, this much maybe would have disappeared. This is my therapy, KA.
Oh, that's because you could. I mean, you could really kind of just do it as like a series of identical base builds, and then just have like each one as this point in the story for.
Yeah, because I did think about that, but then it was mostly this building because I only had one of it, and I didn't want to. Probably laziness. Didn't want to build another one, and I wasn't like because this was just for Instagram, I guess. It wasn't with the intention of displaying at this point. But yeah, I like the idea of like, so there's like the sorceress there who's doing a spell, and there's lots of flowers around her, and like the land is being like the human element of this, like people are kind of passing through, but the nature is reclaiming it.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It just looks like you can actually believe that it has been, over time it has been sort of gone back to nature, because it's just the way it's kind of just sort of more sort of festooned on there, like this here, the brick's been pushed out, so you've just got that one slopey bit there coming out, and the way the roots pushing out of there from the tree.
Yeah, I did like that bit, and I got the brick there, and that actually with that technique of the plants on the side, that goes right the way back to that temple ruin where it's got the plants going up on the inside. So that's all snot bricks. I did that on the medieval MOC on the side of the tower as well. But I really like how it looks like it's overgrown.
And was it similar sort of technique on the balcony as well, on the townhouse one as well? Because
that was not. That was a more common technique that you see of like using the tree limbs. I think it was like the smaller tree limbs. I don't have one to hand. But
is it something like this? What's the camera?
Yes. Yeah. Exactly like that.
Parts
but no, this was, I kind of wanted to look more, because sometimes you get like when ivy takes over the side of a house. I wanted it to kind of look like that, so it would be really quite thick and creeping up the side of the house.
It's a really good, but I love that because there are quite a few different ways of it's been done there. It kind of is quite natural, because like ivy, it just goes everywhere. Others, it's like shoots going off here, there, and everywhere, and just it's like almost forms like an extra carpet on like gardens or walls. Or anything, doesn't it?
Exactly right. Yeah, I think, and that's it. It's like a carpet. And this was the first time I was messing about with like loads of these like prong plant pieces to show the overgrown ground as well.
So the snot bricks were there here, so you just kind of took out the bricks there, or the plates, and just swapped it over for the plant. But I guess you had to fit more in then.
So it should have kept the same structure.
But you just like replaced a couple of bricks. I think this one's replaced, isn't it? In the next picture. Oh, that is so cool. I love the fact that you've got like the small tree, and then over time, then it's just this little beast of a tree. Oh wow, that's so cool. Oh, and the root coming out there as well.
Yeah,
that's not even the end of the progression, is it? Oh, there you go. Oh,
and then it kind of got out of hand a bit.
It's a literal treehouse, but then the passage of time as well, because you've got the different costumes or different outfits for the figures as well.
Yeah, that's it. So this is like right up to modern day. And the idea being that they've just kind of stumbled across it while on a hike. And I think this was kind of building this was a lot of fun, actually.
That is is that from the One Pin Wood, I think?
Yes, I think it is.
There's quite a very full foliage canopy on this one. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, because it was so like tall and thick that I was like, right, it needs to have like a decent treetop, and it's got lots of like hinge plates in there as well, so that they so that you can kind of angle the treetop so it's got that curve that you see.
Because it's very easy it's not very easy. It's quite difficult. So with Lego to get like a curve, but it's very easy to just do it flat, isn't it? And with the pieces that we've got.
Yeah, that's it. And I wanted it to look natural. Like the whole point is like trying to look natural. And then this was like, yeah, it's quite fun. Like the building is just kind of decimated at this point. So ripped out all the interiors of it, and there's really not much left of it.
Yeah.
By this point.
Yeah, because it's barely recognisable as a building at all. When you see it from the distance, I think it's only maybe you see the bit of the roof and the chimney, but even that's sort of hidden by the nature part of it as well. So, wow.
So this was one of the builds for my first display that I did. Transporting that was kind of scary because the tree did end up snapping halfway.
Oh, no.
I've put it back together on the morning, and then on the way back, survived. It was only to Southampton, so 45-minute drive. Survived, and actually, it survived the drive both ways. It was on the way into the venue where it hit a bump. It was on a trolley, and the trolley hit a bump, and it like collapsed. And then when it got home, my wife was Sophie was trying to help. She was only being helpful, but like knocked the top of the tree off, and I was like, okay, cool, this build is done. I'll leave it here. Yeah, I realised after, I was like, oh, I've basically just made the Winnie the Pooh set, haven't I?
See, now that's after the film that came out the other year. I mean, that would you could kind of do
the horror one.
Yeah, you could do like your own spin on it. Oh wow, that is cool. And of course we've got these pieces as well, which are
this is what started dangerous. Well, actually, it was the medieval MOC because it was like I built a fence with those pieces, which started my my love for these pieces. Those hose pieces.
I just got one actually. I got a spare one in a set I built the other day, and I was like, oh, another one.
They always give a spare one. It's a bit weird.
Yeah, which is good because the cat likes to chew them. So it's good to have a spare. It's the only piece of Lego because I think it's so sort of soft and sort of rubbery.
Yeah, they are. They aren't they?
Oh, cool. Right, I think what we'll do because it's halfway through, as it always is. If we do have a look at the MOC review, I think is that okay if we interrupt?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
do a little sidestep over to there. So because I'm just conscious at the time again. Yes, I did not do that enough over the weekend apparently. Even though I've got my big water bottle, I left him in the car.
Winston.
Yeah, Winston. Yeah. I left him in the car, and I was like, I'm not going to go over to get him too much fat. If we, as we're in the fold, if we look at your one first, what you pick first,
indeed. Yeah.
So
hopefully they should be in some vaguely right.
I'm in the wrong folder. Don't worry, I've just gone into the wrong one. I was looking at it and clicked on a different one by mistake because why not? Cool. So the first one is this one. So
Teal Squadron, as you've got there. So this is from Steam, and I think they had a setup there last year, at least with the ships. I can't remember if they had anything like this, but like it's a big collaborative build, and that's about maybe half of it, maybe 2/3 of it. And I think the idea is that they're all kind of modules and they can connect them up. But I just love all of this. It's all like Star Wars, like and I don't know what, not alternative Star Wars, but like a different part of the Star Wars universe. And yeah, it is just amazing. Like the whole thing is so cool. The concept of taking some Star Wars and making your own squadron, and then the colors in it, the build techniques, and just like how it doesn't look like Lego. Like this film I was talking to today, this is like Tim Goddard, Lamborghini waffle sauce. Alec Hole, I think his name was. I can't remember what his name is on Instagram.
I did get
CC something.
I did see a post that Kaz put up actually and she had a card with all the details on it
Okay.
with all their names, and I'll just find it again because I think they've got like there's a QR code they can scan that takes you to their hashtag.
Okay, cool.
Where is it? It is. So the builders of Teal Squadron are, so it's Alec Hole, Ben Smith, Drew Hamilton, Jez Williams, Lamborghini Waffle Sauce, Tim Gollard, and Tom Loftus.
Okay, cool. Because I don't know, I think there was 4 of them there.
Yeah,
this weekend, I think. But yeah, that structure on the left, like the angles on that, the way he's got that to fit in. Because I was talking to him about it, and he said it was kind of just luck almost. Like he hoped it would work, and it did.
Just have a look. We've got more pictures. Oh, come on.
I think there is one where it's closer up. It might be the last picture. Yeah, there's quite a few of that circular one. I was trying to get it because it span round as well.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Yeah. So the corners are separate, and he uses the like the round stud with the bar on, like the little frying pan, or you call it a coffee percolator.
Oh yeah.
I don't have one to hand, but yeah, you've got them sticking out, and so like the corners slot into like holes.
Okay.
And I can't remember how he said he did the walls, but it's just amazing.
Yeah, they're not. That's like at least 2 different ways the bricks are going there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Looking at that.
Yeah. How has he done that? It must be using like snot plates, like bracket plates somewhere, maybe.
Yeah.
Or is it just?
Was it snot?
Because he's got so on the edges he's got like slopes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's that. That is a slope that. Yeah, that's it's not a plate slope, is it? It's actually a brick.
Yeah.
Oh God, a brick
but he's also.
Listening to say.
Yeah, but basically it just blows my mind, and I can't get my head around it. But he's got the technique that we were doing before of the ingots, wonky ingots.
Oh yeah.
That
is just. You look at it's when you look at stuff like that sometimes, and you just think, how did he come across that technique? You know, it's like...
Yeah, and it's got an interior as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because we saw it, didn't we? On his, did he open it up and show you as well? Actually, I can't remember.
I don't know. I think he showed pictures of it.
Oh, so much detail with these as well.
Yeah, there's so much detail, and there's storytelling as well. Like I love, like you can see just on the right side here, like so you've got an engine at the top there that's been taken off of this ship to the right, and they're fixing it all, and it's all kind of all connected. And it looks like a model rather than Lego, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's almost like it actually could be like a still from like Star Wars, you know, just like a sweeping shot when they're getting ready to go out and fight the Empire. Or something.
And the water as well looks great. But the ships, and there's so few studs showing, and if there are studs showing, they're kind of purposely there to add texture.
Yeah, look at that. And that bit as well, you can see that's kind of
yeah. Yeah, it's all the angles on these ships. Like,
that's a good piece as well. I've seen that used for stuff like that actually.
Yeah, that's like the chain link, is it?
Yeah, I think it's like the one they used on the one of the roller coasters, you know, the loop coaster. I think to get it up, I think you've got that bit, and I think it actually stretches on the roller coaster. Anyway,
oh, does it? Okay. Use something new 2 plate high half round snot bricks to attach those slopes on the edges. So 2 plate high half round. Oh right, okay. So the They were in the Speed Champions at first, so.
Oh yeah, I know
They're
what you
like,
mean now.
yeah. But you can like move around.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah. Oh, hey Matt. Yeah, they are mental builders. I haven't even got the stuff. I think it's at Ben Smith's like massive Ark ship and other like stuff that he's done. It's crazy.
All this little stuff. And Porgs, of course, you have Porgs in there.
But yeah, yeah, and like the robots and stuff, because he was showing me the robots and giving tips on articulation, having 2 points of articulation on the joints.
Oh yeah, you said about that, didn't you? For like shoulders and.
Yeah, it might have one. There might be a photo of it if it's around the other side, and also just like how a lot of it, I think, is so maybe not this one, but there's another one somewhere where it's the E-wing. I want to say from the latest Ahsoka line. Yeah, this was awesome. And then you got the like classic spacemen in there as well, because that span around and was all lit up. But yeah, so they've just modded. So that's like one from the Ahsoka set, but heavily modified.
Oh, I didn't know they came in trans. Oh, okay, that's useful.
yeah, it's good to know, isn't it?
Yeah, that's so cool. Look at all the details there, like the greebling.
Yeah, that looks like an engine, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
He was quite reassuring, and it's like he's been doing it for 20 years. So at least Tim Goddard has been doing it for 20 years. So it's like, okay, so you've got a lot of experience in this.
Yeah, yeah. Jeepers. Oh, they got the teal astromech as well.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a teal one.
They've got little names on it. It's the Cerulean Phoenix. Oh wow. That's quite cute. That's cool.
And that's from Avatar. This like thing at the back there at the top, like it's got the wing pieces from Avatar.
Oh yeah, that's really cool.
So there's all sorts of crazy stuff going on here. That's just so well done, and like that's a good shot of the sea bed as well. What they've done with the technique there to show the depth and just the colours of it, because you don't really see like sand, like light tan used underneath, or not just tan used for water as well.
No, you don't know.
Yeah,
it's really cool. I love that. I love just little snippets of stuff as well, like this in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Are those the ice cream?
I think
tops. What's it in there?
It's a barrel.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
Dark.
That's clever.
Oh, not reddish blue. Sorry, the bluish grey. Not reddish blue, guys. Reddish blue. What colour is reddish blue?
So I think that is that one. No, it wasn't that robot.
But the platform as well.
Yeah, because I think it's sideways built.
Yeah,
some of it at least, and then it's somehow all connected together because it's in sections, right?
Yeah, I think these are the bits that go over minifig torsos. So I think they've connected it with that, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
But God, that's just absolutely bonkers, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And there's all sorts of different styles. It's got like the rock work and buildings, and then like the metal structure and the ships and storytelling as well at the same time, and the water. Like just so much going on there. And it's all crazy techniques to make it look amazing. And it sounds purple, maybe.
Yeah, there's a purple squadron there, reddish blue squadron.
Yeah. So, and having spoken to Tim Goddard, like, because they're all involved with New Hashima as well. So he was saying like, just build something little, bring it along, and just give it to them to put somewhere. So I'm gonna try and do that.
Yeah,
and it just looks amazing. Like it's such a cool concept.
Wasn't it this? Was it this ship that they put a video out of somehow it floating or something.
Oh, did they? I don't know if I've seen that.
I think it was on
Maybe I have.
Lamborghini Waffle Sauce. Put out a reel maybe, or post on his Instagram page, and it just literally just lifted up slightly and then touched back down again. And it's like,
is it mechanized and
possibly?
stuff?
Because there is a gap on the table there as well. I'll have to have a look at that. That's quite cool. Oh, yeah. But yeah, it's always great though seeing him, isn't it? All together like this, because it's just a nice collaborative build as well. Like everybody doing a little different part of it. So
yeah, I think it's all the smooth edges that they get is one of the main. The natural. That's what non-Lego look.
That tower as well is really cool. Oh, I love this as well. You've got presumably like a cargo type ship here.
Yes, I think up to the right, I think there's the E-wing.
This one? Or was it that one?
No,
this one, is it?
No, maybe it was that one you were just looking at. Oh no, sorry, to the one to the left. I'm pointing at the screen, but that doesn't. That
this one.
So that's so that's I think a modified E-wing because the wings have got the same angles. So I think they've taken aspects of builds, at least as inspiration, and then heavily modified them. They did it in Brick-tastic this year, didn't they? Was there new Hashima?
Yes, that was. I think that was. I know a couple of them definitely did something, and because Simon Liu was over, who does
I think he organised it, didn't he, this year?
Yeah, but I know in the
sources leading it this.
Yeah, that's right, because he's in the Discord, isn't he, for it a lot, to sort of promoting it, and pushing it. Oh, that's really cool.
But yeah, so that's the one I picked because it's just all amazing.
No, it is. It's really cool. It's a really cool one. I've got to find my one now. So if you go into Instagram and just type in that one, was it hashtag Teal Squadron, you'll see all the pictures, and it'll link you to all the different guys who build it and work on it as well, which is really, really talented bunch of guys there as well. And so I'm getting the one I picked up. And you not got the last bit on there because that's the wrong one. It's this one I want. Why is my wrong with my hand-eye coordination this evening? Okay, so I always blame it on the computer. So I had to pick this guy. This is a kid and a brick who came to my attention from some of the videos from Scareback that came out recently. So this is the one that stood out because this was the one that was there, and it's not only eye-catching, but it's really beautiful with the colors. But there are some really, really good techniques in this. There's actually a video I've got. I've taken from the guy who did the Mushroom House because he was there. He was speaking to him, and he's actually put him on the stories at the time. So that's Jonas. I can't remember his surname off the top of my head.
Cram?
Yeah, it's Jonas Cram. Yeah, Jonas Cram. Yeah. But he's sort of spoken to him, and he's got some of these techniques, which I'll show you at the end.
It's stunning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just. But it's again storytelling around it as well. They're really stunning colors, and just the fact that even somehow managed to make this look like carved Lego. And it's just so good.
So I thought he was using inverted slopes to make those bits where you're just hovering, but it's actually just like it's cheese slopes, isn't it? And these
that's what I mean. It's
sideways
there's a lot of sideways building going on with this.
All of that is sideways building.
On
the base,
the base, this all is here.
These are,
and the floor as well is sideways building. So where is it? There's a picture. It doesn't show you here.
The goats. It's got some original goats as well.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even pick up on that.
And he's a teenager, right? So it's not
Yeah,
like
that's
he
right.
them at the time.
No, I think because he's a TFOL builder. I mean, if he's doing this at, I think it says 16 on his page. So if he's doing this, then I mean, yeah, it's like I think we can expect to see some pretty awesome stuff going forward. I mean, just all the little pieces in
gorgeous. I like on the base as well the hats that he's used there. These kind of pieces, yeah.
And it's just like this, that the legs or the feet, sorry, they look so. It just looks carved out of wood. I don't know how else to, because it's just, and they're so smooth as well. I mean, I think that's like the piece they're using trees, right, for the trunks.
Yeah. He's made a circle with them, which is really cool. Like, make complete like when you see it, you're like, oh yeah, okay, of course. But I wonder how he's. I wonder if they're just kind of sat loosely. They're going to have to be sat loosely-ish underneath there, but then he's probably got like bricks propping it up on the inside of that.
Unless he's got a plate underneath. Well, you could have another one of these, I guess, underneath and just kind of just a pin through holding it in. I mean,
oh, that's true. Yeah,
I'm just guessing. But again,
it is like Rangala.
Yeah, it's really cool. And like all these bits here as well, because there's not really, again, another one that isn't got many studs showing at all.
No,
more inverted studs. There's a lot of,
and because you've got the inverted, like that's the anti-stud, isn't it? Showing there where you're hovering.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a 1x1 plates that are facing inwards, but he's also got tight. Oh my god, he's got it going in two different directions, but seemingly somehow
set back and
maybe he's done sideways building there. So I don't know. That's blown my mind a bit.
The when you see how he's
don't know if it's just my connection that's freezing or gas.
Like, so just look at this for a minute, just while it does this. Yep, there you go. There you go. It's just decided it wasn't going to work for a second. There you go.
And right, what's he done?
I'll skip. I'm just going to skip to the video actually, just because you can see
cool.
How he's done it. So there shouldn't be any sound in it. I hope not. I suppose I'm going to play now because I've done that. Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh yeah. So here we go. Yeah. So you can see how great it looks anyway. So you've got the wall technique first of all, which he's going to look at.
The dome as well. How has he done that?
And this is how he's done the wall pattern. So
wow.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's just absolutely insane when you see it like this. So you've got tiles, snot bricks, and tiles and bars.
It blows my mind when people make walls using techniques like this. Like like just how what?
Exactly. It's just, but then you look at it where it goes as well, and it's like, so he's got that down there. It's like how much have you got? How big are these? How deep are these walls?
Yeah, right.
And then you've got these, which are then dots, which you look at it and you think, oh, okay, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, he stuck them on with snot bricks.
But they're at different weird depths, aren't they? They're not. Yeah.
So it's not snot bricks. It's all done like this.
Oh wow.
And it's like, how I sometimes when you see stuff like this, I don't understand how you can think of these things and how they get them to work.
Yeah.
Because it was the same as when we saw Sam's you see what's going on behind the scenes. It's just complete head explosion.
Yeah, and like Rangal again, like how he builds some of his walls, and just crazy stuff like this.
It's just
mad, isn't it?
And it's like, how do you come up with it? I mean,
Because how? So then he uses right. Okay, so he then sticks it behind. Oh, right. Okay. Wow. So that's the turret. Okay.
Yeah, and I can't quite work out. I know it's
because he's got
it is. He's worked out
all
all
sideways.
the angles as well.
Yeah, this is it, right? And you just makes you wonder, like, how long does it take to figure out all of this?
Well, that's it. I mean, when people see it, or when you see it like a mock like this, or like the Teal Squadron, you look at it and you'll be like, "Oh, that's really cool." And then it's actually when you stop and think about, or when you see the techniques on this, you're like, "Well, hang on, how did you come up with that? How long did it take you to come up with that?" And,
it's like Matt says, with the 1/3 plate thickness and using like the headlight bricks to get that extra little bit of depth to then get everything flush. But he's not got headlight bricks there.
Not in this one, I don't think. Actually, I don't think I haven't seen any in any of the other bits.
But those cheese slopes, the 1x2 cheese slopes, they are really good for like round or like hexagon builds, because they do come up nice and flush.
Oh yeah,
you're going sideways.
They're really good. They are very useful. And doing like slopes as well if you're using the headlight brick as well. Oh, and then that's right. Then we have the floor, which is just made of arches. But again, when you look at it,
what?
Yeah, so that's
okay.
Because you can just see you've got the arch there.
You wonder how much you would have because would you have been able to transport? I always wonder, like, how wedged in are they there? Is it like just loosely sat in there? I mean, not that loose, but yeah.
Is there another picture of the floor? Oh yeah, see.
Oh wow. Yeah, okay.
So you can kind of see here a bit more. So that's kind of the. I can't even know. I can't even think how they've actually connected them all, to be honest, here, because they'd have to all be smooth, surely, to fit in.
Yeah.
Or would they actually have just been assembled as the shape and then slotted in?
I'm guessing the latter.
Or I think I found a headlight.
But then maybe a bit of both, because there's cheese slopes in there as well, and
yeah, it's just incredible.
Yeah, it really is.
I think there's headlight bricks here to get the reverse on these two anyway. So.
Oh, what on those? The 1x1 squares.
Yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, okay. That's cool. Yeah, someone else was saying about using the back of headlight bricks. Okay, cool. That's demystified that somewhat. But he's done them sideways there. Oh wow.
it's just
those bits were on the power ball, weren't they? That's good use of the power ball there.
Yeah, there is some good stuff on to be found. It seems looks quite good.
You wonder how much like it costs to make all of this, right? Because it's not just necessarily. I mean, it's obviously expensive in the first place, but getting all of these pieces, you wonder if he's got to go through like Pab online to get them in the right levels, right quantities for this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like how readily available are some of these pieces?
Especially
you see some of it's illegal. So on the left, I'm pointing, but on the left, just by the arrow, you see it's like a bit wonky.
Oh yeah.
So I wonder how that's sitting in. Is that a nipple piece on top?
It could be. It could be actually, just to keep it in alignment with these. I'm trying to work out what this is. I can't think. It's a Technic axle thing. Not an axle. Okay. I didn't realise that's okay. So this is actually the flexible tube, isn't it? But then
that's the tube, isn't it?
Studs there.
Like Matt was saying about John Gale and his crazy geometry. Like, the towers for that White Castle that was at Steam last year, they were awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And Matt was saying that they were built so it was all smooth on the inside as well. So if from the minifigures point of view, there were no studs in sight, and then there was a whole load of geometry for the classic space build that they did. I think that was at the NSC.
Okay. Oh yeah,
It
is that the
was at
space
Steam
station
as
they
well.
did this year?
Yeah, so there was at Steam, but I think there was at least he was building some crazy geometry looking stuff. But yeah, there we go. So I wonder how. Maybe it's a snot bit, but so the nipple piece that he's got there, the round bit. I wonder what that's going into the back of. Is that going into a snot brick? Because that's got the right size.
I
For
don't.
that to fit into, but
I don't think it is, because there looks like there's a gap here. I don't know if you can see it, especially it's more noticeable in the middle one. I'm wondering if maybe it's just 2 bricks sandwiched, and that's you can just stick it in.
Oh yeah,
there maybe. Because it just seems like it's a bit too much of a gap, for normal.
Ketchup tops. I like nipple piece.
Yeah, so
you wonder how much. There's a lot of just wedging stuff in, I think.
Yeah.
And just, pressure and gravity and physics holding it together.
Yeah. It's just all very rarely going in the conventional direction, the bricks on this. It's just.
And even so, sorry, if you go back a picture.
This one, yeah.
Could you zoom in so you see where it's got the blue in the ground? Because look, there's a lip as well, which is what, a third of a plate. So that the blue is a third of a plate or half a plate lower than the rest.
So is that done with the bar thing that we've seen already before as well, do you think? With, he's put on the walls?
I don't know.
It's just...
no idea. Because it's not like the tan bit is sat on top of it. It's up against the blue bit. There's all sorts of sideways building going on there.
But it's just crackers. It's I can't think of what else is.
I like the oranges that he's got on the tree. Those the bars which have got the balls on the end.
Yeah.
That's a clip. Okay. What, to hold the nipple piece in? Maybe.
Oh, it could be actually. Yeah. Oh gosh. But yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And again, yeah, and the color scheme as well. All of those colors just fit beautifully together.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It just all really. It just really pops, doesn't it? As well. Yeah. If you walk, you wouldn't be able to walk past it because you'd be like, oh, I know what's that.
Yeah.
And then they just got in the splash of colours like this on the side.
Yeah.
And even the contrast, as you say, all the different blues there, and on the side you've got the
little cat, and you've got the Moon Knight pieces for the top as well. They're the blades or whatever that he's got from the Moon Knight CMF.
Yeah. So it's just. I know.
Absolutely stunning. And the thing is, I know I will never make anything as beautiful as that. Or maybe when I'm 70 or something. And
there you are. They're still hoping. There you go.
Yeah.
How are they attached? How are these attached? Because that's no plate on the dish there, is there? Oh.
There's underneath. There's studs, right?
Oh yeah.
So I think you get 4 studs on the top as well. So you see, because it's the same piece that's on the top, and it's got that 2x2 round piece on top.
Yeah. So
I think but he's put it underneath. So I wonder if those window pieces are upside down or how they're sat on. You've got anti-stud underneath, so it's probably got a circular plate in there somewhere.
That was a picture of the tower from the side. Oh yeah, I think they're upside down actually. Yeah, good shout.
Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah.
And then he's got the candle, those brown candle pieces, but the brown candle pieces,
they're upside down.
They've got the stud bit at the top, so they're connected into something. Oh, God, he's probably got some crazy thing going on underneath there to keep it all connected.
Yeah, there's a bit of a plate thing there, I think, isn't there? And
he's built that upside down, hasn't he? Because the bit coming down from the dish, that's built upside down. Insane.
Yeah. So that was that was my one. So that's a kid and a brick on Instagram. So again,
Kid and a brick.
I know. So yeah, do give him a follow. I'm sure we're going to see even more amazing things from his page as well. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you said the name actually, because I was trying to figure out how to. I thought it was like echidna or something.
Do you know what? I was looking at the name and I couldn't quite work out. Like, what does that mean? And then it's only when you actually read it out loud, you're like, oh right, okay, I get it. Oh.
I think KO sums it up quite nicely there. My brain cannot read this MOC. Yeah.
That's it. I think when you can't see the studs, you're never too sure. It's not always clear, which way the bricks are going, and then it's harder to work out how something's done. You're like,
yeah,
how does that all work? But it's great though seeing stuff like that, because it kind of opens doors into different techniques, doesn't it, as well? Like other things you can and can't do. So
that's definitely something I want to learn to do and start playing about with, and I'm starting to try and toy with ideas to kind of get that at least something very basic compared to that going. But yeah, using some weird techniques to make walls, I think is something I'm going to start playing about with. So I'm thinking of maybe doing something new for Brick-tastic with some of those techniques in.
It's only October. Oh.
Yeah, that's later time. 4 months.
December. Yeah. Oh, don't say 4 months. Oh god. I'll start buying cars.
These wouldn't be big builds. They'd be smaller things.
Like the smaller scenes that you see. You can just kind of do something. Okay. Yeah.
Or maybe like 32 by 32, or like around that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I get on, because I don't have to do anything. I do have my builds at the moment, so if I don't manage to make anything, then it's absolutely fine.
You've got something to fall back on, as it were. So.
Yeah,
because you haven't displayed anything up there yet, have you?
No, exactly.
It's a good position to be in.
Yeah. Yeah, it is quite a nice position. So yeah, I want to try building some studless stuff. That's what I want to try and do.
Cool. So do you know we can go back to your stuff now, because we've had the little break in between.
Yeah, nice.
I'll put this back on.
So Southampton Bargate. So might as well finish that actually, because that we can do this quickly. So I was displaying in Southampton, and it's my first time displaying, and I figured I'd do something that was
quite accurate already, actually.
But nothing, only because of tiles, really. But no, because I want to do sideways building and stuff. I suppose. That because there's in the middle of Southampton High Street. There's an old Bargate where there was like castle walls. So I thought I would build that as it was local.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, and thankfully it translates quite nicely to Lego. Like that's fairly accurate. I think people could recognize it, and like there's a couple of lions outside of it, so I used the scared lion from the Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. CMF one, isn't it?
And then I thought I'd throw some fantasy stuff in there, and then because there's the Titanic left from Southampton, so it's
of course,
to put a little nod to that, and it was in a Titanic museum. So yeah.
Of course. Is that where the Southampton ones actually helped? Is it?
Sea City Museum, and they've got a Titanic exhibition in there. But yeah, so this came together really quickly because it's mostly hollow, and I could just use the curved turrets were surprisingly sturdy because once you've got them all together. But again, similar to with that coffee shop MOC with having to figure out all the bricks that is kind of staggered. Ended up using plates and stuff because it was, and had to get to certain heights as well. So plates every now and then, and
there's some. I can see some down there, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't remember why I would have used plates, but yeah. So I'm just looking at it, trying to get my head around why does it like that? But
how did I do this? What?
But yeah, like I said, it's translated quite easily into Lego, thankfully.
It does look pretty solid as well. I mean, I guess it's quite easy for transportation as well, this one.
Yeah, I just put it in a box, and I think I did wedge it in a bit, but yeah. Ooh, so I just got to get a cable. My headphones are going to run out.
No problem.
Bear with. I'm just going to swap headphones over.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe 2 seconds.
Yeah, so I won't say anything, don't worry. See, look at these walls. Do you know what? Actually, those new 1x2 curved plates will probably be really good there as well, won't they? They're really good. Oh, you back? Are you back? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, cool. Right, I just made sure I put my mic up.
Those new the 1x2 curved ones will probably be quite cool as well for towers, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, I've got a bunch of them now.
This is probably before then, I would have thought, actually, because they're kind of a relatively newish piece, I think.
Oh, are they? Yeah, okay.
I want to say colour-wise, maybe, I don't know. It's kind of that thing, though, isn't it? Lego kind of bring out a part that's really useful, and they bring it out in one colour, then you've got to wait a couple of years before it's available in the colour that you need it in, typically. You're like, oh, come on.
Yeah. But yeah, that would be good. I've got a whole load of them now, actually. I think they're on a lug bolt. Yeah, there's that technique again of scared helmet coming off. I didn't realise they were that new. They only came out about 2 years ago.
Was it 2 years? Oh, there you go.
Because I know the 1x3 version only just came out in the last 6 months, maybe.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? It always seems to be like I think it seems to be like Speed Champions actually seems to be the one that introduces the really useful parts like that, and like the curved snot brick that Tate was on about as well. It's like, really cool.
So there is a picture of like behind the scenes for this as well, to show the inside, to show just how hollow it is.
Oh, okay, so this is.
So that showed the side. Yeah. So because it's actually like broken wall on the side, so I just did a plate with a bracket to get it like on the side.
Yeah. And I guess when you look at like old castle walls that are destroyed, they're all kind of different sorts of brickwork, because it's like they've got an outer layer, haven't they? Like the normal bricks, and inside it's all sorts of like flint.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like the edges, and then it's literally that's it. And then for the roof, it's literally, I think I just did like 4. So you did 2x4 bricks. So it's overall 4x4, and just like interlocking 2x4 bricks, and just did columns of them, and just stuck a plate, like a roof on top made of plate. So it was surprisingly sturdy for how hollow it all is.
Yeah, I was going to say, because it looks quite thick there, the walls there. They must be 2 studs deep down this bit.
I think some of it is, the sides.
That's where they go.
Thick, parts of the sides are thicker.
Which I suppose having like these sort of buttress pieces on the side probably helps as well with the stability of it as well, doesn't it? Yeah, studless weird stuff. I'm going to have to officially coin that now, as it's studless weird stuff.
But yeah, this came together in about a week, I think.
Oh wow!
Maybe 2 weeks. Because I built it. Yeah, I just built it real quick because I was like, okay, doing something in Southampton. Let's put this together. I think it was meant to be a sea themed event as well. So I actually put another little thing together with a big wave, which I then repurposed into a bigger wave.
You got a picture of that one here as well, I think.
That is in the random builds folder. I don't know which one it will be.
Maybe this may be a quick.
Selecting the next one up. Yeah, quick whistle stop tour. Yeah, these are Marvel builds, random. Marvel vignettes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's Hulk versus Wolverine, based off my memory of the the comic cover.
Yeah, it's kind of, but then see these sorts of things are really cool as well. For shows, because you can just make a little display with just little scenes like this, can't you, as well?
Yeah, and you can just. I was quite enjoying this one. This was like Tony Stark and his kids. So he's like pushing Ultron on the swing, and then Vision and Spider-Man are jealous of him getting all the attention.
Well, yes, you would be, I suppose.
And there's his secret invasion. It's like the scroll on the left.
Oh, okay, that's why they're green.
Yeah.
Okay,
and that's a tree.
That's
unrebreakable, actually. I did that one. Put that on unrebreakable.
So is this like when you're just trying to work out tree techniques?
Yeah. This one was a random one. I hadn't built anything for a little bit, so I just built a little thing to get me back into.
Oh wow, that's a cool mask. Wow,
yeah, that's on Marvel. That is
what's
his name? Killmonger, Black Panther's cousin.
Yeah, was it? I can't. I think it's that. Was it?
Brother.
Yeah, cousin or brother.
Half brother makes more sense, doesn't it? Yeah.
That's a cool piece. These are really cool though, as well as that Agatha as well, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
They're very topical.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. I really like these little like vignettes as well. They're really, really nice.
They can come together. So
you still got any of these in builds as well, or are these all?
I've got a couple of the Marvel ones actually.
Oh yeah,
I think they're behind me somewhere down there. Got the Spider-Man and the Hulk versus Wolverine. I thought I put. Yeah, but I got rid of the Tony Stark one and down there in.
Oh yeah,
but yeah,
see the wallpaper and everything.
Cool. Yeah, so that's Hulk, and then that was for Build to Give, which is this charity thing that Lego does. If you build a heart, they'll donate a set to charity.
Was this last year? This one?
Yes, I want to say yes.
The two with the tiles and the frogs as well. Yeah, it's really nice. I
figured if there's two in there, does that count as two sets?
Well, it should do. And then this is
another one. Yeah.
Oh, there was builds with this sort of style as well, wasn't there? At Steam.
Oh yeah, those were brilliant. Yeah, like I don't know, like Shadow Box, I think.
Yeah, they're kind of like that, weren't they? With like different interiors or bits coming out of them and stuff. Really, really cool. So that's just trying to find that wave. This must be like a more sort of Christmassy time one as well.
Yeah, it must have been Christmas time. Yeah, there's a Christmas card in the back as well. Because was built for Greg. Yeah, because Greg asked to do a build for London Calling, and it built that in a night. It got out of hand very quickly. And
all the best builds do.
2 in the morning or something building it. Yeah.
So you just had that like inspiration hit you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm just gonna."
Yeah, just gonna go for it.
That's
just messing around with a tree.
Oh, it's a nice tree. I like the way it's kind of twisting around itself as well.
Yeah, because I think it was this one. I was trying to figure out how you could get 2 trunks merging into one. Which I don't know. I don't know if it was that one. Oh yeah, maybe. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, just messing around with that.
Yeah, that's really nice. That one. It's quite sort of, quite a sort of modest size as well. This one, but you kind of like got a lot of detail in for it as well, haven't you? Which is.
Because with those pieces you can pack loads of detail in as well.
Wow, that's really nice. Wow. Oh, that's right. I remember seeing this one with the floating rocks. This is from Kenobi, wasn't it?
Brickish challenge, yeah. It's from Kenobi.
Oh, that's right. Just light up this one.
I think the next picture.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's the money shot, isn't it? Gosh. Look at that.
Yeah, I was really pleased with how that came together. Yeah, because that was for a brickish competition. I think that came together in a night or 2.
That's so good. I mean, really good rock works as well.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I think it was a good scene for giving inspiration for the rocks.
Cool. See you, Matt.
See you later, mate.
Yeah, that is really cool. That's really cool. Oh, let's see. Oh, and this is the wave.
This is it. Yeah. That's the one.
He's not very sure about what he's doing, is he?
Lost at sea, I think is what I called it. Yeah, so this was kind of like building on that pirate idea of making a wave of plates and then using bricks and plates so you can kind of see on the side there, like it just staggers up.
Yeah, you've got to that all the different levels with it. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. And then ended up stealing the crest of that wave for the build of a bigger wave.
Yeah, that was the one versus. Yeah. Where are you? Come on. This is statue versus sea, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, come on. Oh, this one wasn't. Oh, there you go. So it's this bit here.
Yeah. So I think I must have extended it a bit, but yeah.
I was going to say it's slightly embellished. This is the cool one. Well, not not the only cool one, but it's one of the cool ones as well because it looks like the water's just like escaping from the actual build itself.
Yeah, that was kind of accidental in the end because I did it on a 32 by 32 plate and then realised it wasn't big enough for what I wanted to do, and I couldn't be bothered to start from scratch.
And you've got some interesting extra Lego pieces here, haven't you, as well? With these
Yeah, the sprawl. I forgot the word. The bits that so you get the leaves, the plant pieces with 3 leaves that cover the plastic bits, and that's the packaging basically.
Yeah. Well, but then we saw on during at Steam the London AFOLs with their moon base. They did that dome, and the clear sort of film, if you like, inside it is technically Lego because they it's actually the bag that the lug bulk came in. So they repurposed that bag to make the inside of that big dome. So nice. It's all Lego, so it's all good. So
sprue, that's it. But yeah, because I want to use the even like the bags that you get the pieces in a set, like that would be good for water because you can like crumple it up a bit to get that more natural effect.
As long as it's being replaced by paper, that might scupper your plans.
Yeah, I have got a little collection somewhere of plastic bags at some point.
Oh, see, I technically need one more of those in green, but no.
Yeah.
Oh, it's these bits, isn't it? That's what comes in there.
Yeah, the sprue, like Andy says.
surprisingly bigger actually than than you think they are when you see them actually. Those.
Yeah, they are quite big. They're quite effective at like covering square edges, and there's this rockwork where it's like kind of sideways built and it's kind of rings of it.
Okay. So how would you have? How did you sort of connect them all up then with that? Or they?
There is in fact a picture of it. If you go to
this one?
in there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where. There's load. I think I just dumped a load of photos in there.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of like rings. Almost.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's all built sideways, and this is me just jamming plates and bricks in to try and reinforce it because it's pretty wobbly.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, essentially. So
you built the rings up and then you just connected them afterwards inside?
Yeah, pretty much. I think I started at the bottom, so I started with a slope on its side, and then connected. So if you look at the bottom of the rockwork there, so you might be able to see. So there's a slope. It's kind of just built up. I don't know how to describe it other than what's shown there. But yeah, kind of built a ring out the slopes, built sideways, and then layered them on top. And some layers are one slope thick, some are 2 slopes thick, and you can vary how many slopes there are in each ring to give it a more staggered approach.
Oh, that's really cool though. It does work really well, that technique as well, doesn't it? Because then you can
really effective.
Yeah, and you can then just put like the random bit here, like going upwards there, or going across them rather. So if they're going that way, then you've got 1 or 2. Then
yeah, because you could just put some snot bricks in, and then or maybe some brackets, but or snot bricks, and then you can get stuff going at different angles. Or even actually, not even snot bricks. You can just use the top of the slope that's got a stud on it.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then that can give it a bit of extra strength if you need it as well from the outside as well. I guess,
yeah.
It's good. I think that's kind of how some sort of rock forms as well, isn't it? When you see like the different layers, like the different strata that way.
Yeah, exactly. Right, like it. Yeah, I would like to display this one, and it maybe I'll try and take it to Southampton. Transporting it, I think, will be scary, but it's closer at least.
Yeah, that's really cool. I do like that one. So I remember that. I think I remember when you were sort of building that one as well. It kind of just kept evolving. Everything every
because the wave wasn't big enough. I did finish it, and then I was like, the wave's not big. Like here, like the wave was just quite underwhelming. So that then led to me extending the base out. So that was like my first finished attempt, and I was like, that's not good enough. that wave is piddly. The idea was meant to be like the sea battering the against the statue.
So you're quite critical then the way with stuff like that when you're building. You're like, no, it needs to be better, or that's not good enough.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I think I am. I think because I've got a vision in mind. I get to a point where I'm happy with good enough, but because like perfection being the enemy of good and all of that. But I don't know. Yeah, I think as long as it's kind of meeting my vision of what I had to start with, then I'm happy. So far, it's worked out, but there'll be times, I'm sure, where it won't. So that's to kind of show the inside of it, because I use way too many bricks. Like, it's really heavy.
Okay. That means it's good and solid, though, surely.
Yeah, that's true. Because I couldn't think, because there's so many small pieces on the outside, and like that gradient of the stuff, I couldn't think how to use as few bricks as possible in there. I tried to.
Yeah,
But,
it's just
yeah.
It's not as if you can have all the best intentions with stuff like that, and then before you know it, you've got 9,000 bricks, and you're like, oh,
yeah. I think when I'm trying to make like stuff look natural and organic, I can't think it through without just doing it. And by the time I've done it, I'm not in the mood to go. And by the time I've done it, I'm happy with how I'm not going to go back and redo it just to use fewer bricks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fine. I just have to make do with four there instead of one. I think.
Yeah, because I usually get to the end of a build and it's like, okay, I'm done with this. I do not want to build this anymore.
But you kind of, because I think on that one of the heart ones that you showed as well, there's all the like individual sort of plant pieces you put in for like the grass and stuff. So it's like all of the pieces, like all of the pieces of grass you've got possibly.
That's why I need as many of those pieces as possible. I have like a big tub of them, and it's starting to run low, and I'm like, oh god, I thought I'd never run out of these. Yeah, so I need to get as many as possible.
Was it yourself that needed them in brown the other week? I can't remember. Somebody did.
I asked Mark, or Mark did get me a small box of the green ones off of the pad wall. I don't think I needed them in brown because I do have them in brown as well. But yeah.
Cool.
But yeah, so this was like again that whole like nature versus man kind of idea, which is I think is a theme that I do want to explore more.
I say it's kind of one you come back to a lot with these, isn't it? I mean, even with if I go a quick look at one of the current ones, so even like with this one, there's a lot of like the nature here. You've got like the built up bit there, but then there is like the nature kind of encroaching on the space of it all there as well.
Yeah, I think I just like that look of overgrown, overgrown land.
Yeah. It's a bit more sort of natural. I mean, it probably makes positioning figures quite difficult. I imagine.
Yeah, it does. I have to say, but it's all right. But then also, if they fall over, they can kind of often get propped up a bit. It's not so obvious if they fall over.
That's a good point, actually. Oh, it's this guy again. Oh, no.
Yeah,
he's come back.
This
for
one,
revenge.
I figured I figured I'd just have fun with the characters on this one because it was for the kids. So I was like, I can chuck in all sorts like Minecraft and I think Voldemort. Is it? Oh, he was in there. Oh, maybe. Oh no, there he is at the front. Yeah, Shredder. Well. I have taken Shredder off because I realised how much he's actually worth.
Okay. Yeah, it's like that sometimes with figures. You don't quite realise, and you're like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll just get."
Yeah, because I've gone at a good price, and yeah. Yeah.
I want the Witcher as well.
Yeah, I figured the Witcher by a notice board. Getting his missions.
They're good wings as well, actually. Those ones.
Yeah, that whole dragon is cool. Like, I can't take any claim for that dragon because that's a Ninjago set.
Oh, okay.
but that dragon is awesome. I do want to learn to make a proper like dragon.
Oh yeah, I don't mean I've got a couple of creatures I want to build, like, and I just like it's just gotta it can't be quite as difficult to learn as I think it is in the back of my head. But I think it's one of those things as well because you have to just build maybe slightly small and compact. It's maybe something that maybe I'm putting off in my head, so I need to just jump in and do it. I'll try.
I think because I also want to get the articulation in there, which is another thing because you got to make it stable, but also so it can move in any angle you want.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, I think when I dismantle this build, I'll dismantle that dragon and have a go at some point to make an actual dragon.
So you are gonna like end of life this build at some point.
Yeah, I might keep the tavern because I'm pretty pleased with how that turned out.
Is there a picture that opened up here as well?
I think there is one somewhere. I did get one from somewhere.
Again, though, I do love all these. Just that's a cool piece. That's cool.
Yeah, this was fun putting these together, like these characters. I do like because there's a. Oh, sorry.
No.
There's a group on Instagram called LEGO Fantasy Squad who do like monthly challenges to put together minifigs of a certain theme, usually like a castle style theme.
Okay.
So it's really cool how they make all these characters with just from various different minifigures and what they do.
Nicole.
See you later, Nicole.
Good night. So is that all like using existing pieces and you just kind of put them together in different combos?
Yeah, just like mishmash between
fig bath they call it. Is that right?
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think it's something like that.
But yeah, just creating new characters and building and they like stuff on their back and all that and different weapons and
that sounds really cool actually. I do love stuff like that. It's just like another way of sort of encouraging creativity with people.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the tavern, isn't it?
Yeah. So one of the things I had like a couple of main ideas with this was to make it so it could come apart and be transported, but also so it could open up so you could actually see the inside of it, which thankfully works for the most part. And it's quite nice if you get people stopping to look at it a bit longer. You can be like, do you want to see the inside? And you open it up and it's got like gets a good reaction from people because they don't expect it to open up. It's simple but effective. Like the hinge bricks, like just swinging the wall open. It's really simple, but it's an effective effect.
It's a nice little moment inside. Did you ever see? Oh, you must have seen pictures of. Is it Victoria? The Scala diner thing she did.
Oh yeah,
kind of a bit reminiscent of that. The way they sort of posed, and it's all like, like she's falling off a chair because she's laughing, and you got the bard entertaining everybody. And I think the jester's going to set fire to his hat in a second.
Yeah, he is.
But it's kind of like literally like a little snapshot of something from like Dungeons and Dragons, as an example.
I think. Well, I guess that's how it is with a story, isn't it? It's all like a snapshot, and I love that how you can pack so much into it.
Oh yeah, and and I'd say that action piece again is so useful for doing stuff like that, or just positioning people. It's just
because you use it really well for them running across the zebra crossing in one of your little videos.
You've got to kind of. But I find if you're doing it, you've got to have their legs sort of like they're walking. That's meant to be, by the way. You need to plug it into the top anti-stud in the leg.
The bum cheek.
Yeah. I was trying to not say that, but yes. Just because otherwise it looks like they're floating in the air too much. So you're trying to go for some sort of realism in a plastic toy with the two squares, But she's got a wooden arm as well, is she? Oh no, it's the glove, isn't it, from the Faulkner?
Yeah, from the Faulkner. Yeah.
Oh, that's really cool.
But yeah, this was fun because I think the idea was that they're completely oblivious to what's going on outside and they're just partying.
Oh, there you go. Witcher as well. Do you go down the custom route for figures and parts at all?
Yeah, I do a bit. I try to do like custom based off of real, actual Lego parts. So like that Witcher it's from Minifigs.me, and there's also had Sam and Dean Winchester from Supernatural in there, and there's a D&D figure as well, all from minifigs.me, because they print on official pieces.
Yeah.
But then I do have some. I will have picked up like capes and some bits of armor. I've got that. Yeah.
Did you go to that stall in the end at Steam?
Yes, I did. Yeah. There's some. I need to dig out. I can't remember where I put them. But yeah, I got some cool capes and like coats and aprons as well.
I was going to go back to that, and I completely forgot. Then I'll have to see if they've got an online.
Yeah, it's a good one because I don't know if I've seen. Yeah, I'll see if I got. I'm sure I've got something with their name on it because I don't think I've seen them at any of the conventions I've been to so far.
No, I think it's quite good that they were there this year in particular, because obviously this is the year of sort of more D&D style, which kind of
it's
all this really. all the ones here. And what I'll do is I'm going to skip ahead slightly to the tower, which is the most recent one.
Yes,
I'm assuming this is one. Which so this is the creation of the build, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think it might be like 2 or 3 forward is the actual build, but yeah, because
do you always like, because you always seem to have like this frame around the builds as well?
Yeah, I quite like it. I do like the frame, and then you can spill over it as well. Well, it's just quite nice and neat, and and you can spill over it if you want to.
So what was sort of your inspiration behind this one whilst you were going through the
in
process?
fact, if you go back to the folders, this bit, and go into the original tower build.
Oh yeah.
So
okay.
Oh no, maybe the next picture. That was a different rock technique that I used actually. I did sideways building for it. So that was the original. So this is the tower itself.
Oh gosh. Oh, this is the one. This is the one, isn't it? Where you sort of kept it for ages, and then you kind of started taking other bits from it, and
and then I just dismantled the whole of the base.
Look at that. That's just so good. That really is really cool.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, and I think this is a good one in terms of it's got few. It's pretty studless. The tower.
That roof. That's so cool.
Yeah, that was a really good. I found some instructions online, and I think I had to modify a bit to make it a bit bigger.
What does that remind me of? That's a bit like actually thinking about it, it's a bit like the roof in that Lunar New Year set, the Spring Lantern Festival, because they've got that bit on the top, I think.
Oh yeah, they do, don't they?
Banana bits.
They've got bananas, haven't they? Yeah.
It's always bananas with Lego. Bananas or sausages. Why not?
But yeah, so there's a pretty strong like fantasy influence, obviously. So this was the Sorceress's tower.
Yeah. Leaf colours as well. Oh, there's some serious, really, really nice colour combos here as well. This tree is so nice.
That was a big part of like the idea behind it, was to have like use some really vibrant colours and have it almost like mythical alien almost, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't remember why I said to show you this one, but I think it was just because so that's the tower, and then I wanted to create a new base for it, and then the inspiration for the newer version of it. So I don't know which number photo it is in there to show them. Probably that one, maybe. So maybe 1 or 2 before. No, all out of order.
I find that's cool. Oh, that tree. Oh, so that's the finished building. Oh, yeah. So
the inspiration for this was Ghost of. Well, actually, so there's a couple of inspirations, a few. Ghost of Tsushima. There's a scene in that where you're walking up. This is a video game on PlayStation. Set in you're a samurai. I don't know what time frame it is. Hence, the traveler in the corner has like a samurai sword and it's got like the Chinese hat. And so there's a scene where you're like walking up a hill and there's like wind blowing everywhere. So that was part of the inspiration for that was the inspiration for the hill aspect of it.
So that's kind of this bit then is kind of the bit then in the game, I guess, is the sort of the...
Yeah, exactly. So I tried to get like the leaves blowing across using those action pieces. And then Zelda, I listened to a lot of Zelda theme tune while making I wanted a green hill, so I wanted to do some landscaping. And then as I was doing, I was like, well, it feels like it needs something else to it. So built a cave in. The tree helped to show, well, I just wanted to build a tree, but also did it to help show like the wind effect of it. And then this was also, so Ulrika, I've been saying to her for ages that I'd include her sig fig in the build. So this is a bit of an ode to Ulrika because she's the character on the balcony.
Okay, that's cool.
And this shows like the technique. I got this off of a YouTube video. I think I might have modified it, maybe. But it's like
very, very deep.
You'd think it would be more fragile than it is. You have to hold it fairly carefully, but so you've got these columns of 1x1 snot bricks and cylinders, and then you've got rows. You've got like a ring made out of hinge plates, I suppose, like the ones that open up. So that makes a circle, which you then kind of plug on top of the cylinders, the columns, to hold it all together. So you've got a few, and you've also got long 2x plates to hold, going across to hold the structure of it.
Okay. So how long did that sort of take then to get all that sorted as well?
That probably took a couple of weeks, I think, to build the tower. Because there's a lot of repetition, basically. So, usually where's got those like big grey bits, that's just because I think I ran out of pieces and I was like, it's out the back. Because I only built this for Instagram. So it didn't matter if anyone saw the back. But even at shows, like no one sees the back of that, thankfully. So, so it's all right.
That's so cool. Yeah, it's just... And I guess as well, it's just as you said, the repetition. You build in that, then the other column alternates, then doesn't it? And then you just keep.
Yeah. So then you get the staggered effect with the tiles when you put them on, and then I've used like some tiles with jumper to then be able to make it like a bit of extra depth, and you can have it all a bit wonky and using some ingots.
They're good pieces for brickwork, actually.
Yeah, they are.
Apart from that mold mark.
It would be nice if it was not there. But then, I don't know, I like to think maybe I just convinced myself it adds a bit of extra character to it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's it. It's oh wow, now press wrong button. Oh, and that's the cave, isn't it, as well? Oh, so that's Ulrika's.
Yeah. Ulrika's. So that is, I made up Ulrika's twin sister. So,
okay.
Ulrika's in the tower.
Okay, sorry. We got a picture. So that's there you go. And it's going to focus in a second. There you go.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I swapped like the body. I kept the head and Oh
wow. That is really nice, though. It just came together really well. This one, didn't it? I think so. The way it's kind of you got like the pathway there, which is kind of rocky, sort of. But then you got all the leaves blown across it as well, and it's really
because that pathway in itself is because that's built kind of separately from the rest. So I actually built. I think you might see it in the first.
Hi, Greg.
See you later, Greg. In some of the first pictures where it shows like the in progress style shots, I built the. So before any of the green was there, it was just the path and that top. And in fact, that top was lower, and I made it higher. So I kind of had this path which was propped up a bit. So underneath that path is like the odd column of 2x2 bricks holding it up, and then I built the green up from the bottom to meet the path, and then so it would like stick down on top of it, which was pretty complicated in itself. I definitely made it more complicated for myself than I needed to by starting with the path, and then decided to build a cave in at the same time, while also trying to figure out the structure for lights and keeping that top bit like strong enough to be able to support the tower on top of it. So it was like figuring out. Yeah. So yeah, that's like what do you call it? The column there.
So it's all just what? Hang on. So is that just like a modular though? The way it connects there, you've looked for the top bit where the tower goes. It just sits on pretty much.
Yeah, it's just a place, so that could come off quite easily.
Was that for transport or just?
It doesn't actually come off. It was just. I think it was just for building it, so I could be able to line it all up and then be able to get to the electrics if I need to. But yeah, it was figuring out and getting the wires, like using Technic bricks so that I could like guide them round. So there's no. I don't think there's any bricks like pressing down onto the cables. I think they're all being guided through like holes in bricks and stuff to so that they shouldn't get like broken, hopefully.
Lights and wires. I found it's not necessarily the wires that break, it's actually around by the plugs is where the problem is. I've got
right.
One of the plugs in, one of the sockets is gone, and it's like, how did that happen? Or the other one then is where if you're plugging it in, sometimes that's where the wires are weakest, so it can disconnect from there. Yeah,
because taking them out was a bit sketchy at times because you're just kind of pulling on the cable sometimes.
Yeah, and it's just need a little tool for it or anything. But imagine that did Alan and Vicky show you when they take off like the cars from theirs?
Yeah,
and you've got the
magnetic.
Yeah, because I think that's what Brick Sanchez uses a lot of the time as well for his stuff.
I like what Andy Polar Bricks does, where he's got like basically the kind of like a wireless charger, so it's like a magnetic field, and he's got those fancy lights that as they get closer to the magnetic field, they get brighter. So you can then just put them. So this is on his Avengers build. Yeah. So he could move whatever's using the lights around the build, and it would stay lit up. Yeah, it's mad.
He's too clever by half, that guy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, he's really smart, to be fair. Cool. Yeah, and it's the trouble is as well. I mean, I don't know if you have the same problem. I find taking photos of stuff, just you can never capture it the way you want to, and then
when my stuff doesn't photograph very well. It's better in person, I think.
It's just I think it was it Meredith when she was talking about it, and she had someone take a picture of her build professionally, and it was just amazing. It's like, can someone do that?
Please
as a service. You've got the red panda.
Yes.
But
I did enjoy doing that tree as well. Like I wanted to go a bit crazy with it and try and do like nice parts usage and just be a bit wild with it.
Yeah, it is though as well, because it's kind of like a gnarled old tree, isn't it? And it's kind of like just grown a bit.
Yeah,
been attacked by the wind several times, which is why it's kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is the one you had to rebuild, though, isn't it? This tree.
Yes, yeah, because that does not transport well. So I was just like, cool, I'll just rebuild it. That's fine.
Maybe especially if you just chuck it in the bag as well. So
yeah, it is literally the main trunk seems to stay together, which is
right.
my main concern. The rest I can rebuild pretty quickly.
Okay.
Thankfully.
I suppose it's useful as well if you do have pictures, because you can be like, okay, that's kind of roughly where it goes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's a good piece as well, actually.
Yeah, those pieces are cool. I actually didn't keep that on because it was too heavy. So that bit is connected to just sits on top. It's not actually connected to anything. That bar across that goes across the top of the roof.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, it's just it just sits on there to cover up a gap. But that kept falling off because the owl was too heavy
okay.
for it.
Yeah, the angle was a bit odd on it because it kind of pulls, doesn't it? It's when you put it in, kind of not sort of 90 degrees, or not quite sort of 90 degrees. It's kind of off.
Yeah, it's got overall. Oh no, it's not overall 90 degrees, is it? No, yeah. But it's got that cool like double-sided stud on it, which I'm yet to use for something. But you can
that is
2 plates to go different directions.
Oh, and is it if you've got the Lords of the Rings ring, that you can use that. I try not to say the word piece afterwards. But you can obviously connect them then, so you got 2 studs in each other like that, can't you, as well?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. You can do that, can't you? There's something like that, wasn't there?
I think you can use it on the anti-stud side as well, maybe. I can't remember. I've seen somebody do something with it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what's next then, do you think?
I think trying to go studless and crazy techniques, trying to learn some create, and also character building. They're very much. I want to try and make something small for New Hashima next year, just like a little robot or a vehicle, like a tiny little vehicle or something that I can ask to just have placed somewhere. And then trying to do something studless, but I haven't figured it out yet because I don't know if I want it to be medieval, that kind of thing. I do tend to go medieval style stuff, and especially as that is all the stuff I've been buying lately lends itself to that. So it'd be kind of silly to buy all the stuff and then not actually use it for for anything.
That's very true. I tend to just stick to sort of my own corner. I should probably expand a bit. I do want to, but
easier said though, isn't it? Easier said than done.
I have to do it under a different name, maybe, so it's not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alter ego.
Yeah. Split personality again. There you go. Oh, cool. And you'll go, and if anyone wants to see these live, they can see these Southampton shows.
Yeah, Southampton. I've got to apply for it yet, but hopefully Southampton Brick Festival mid-December. I want to say the 14th or 15th. I can't remember the date exactly.
14th, that one is,
yeah. Cool. Hopefully that's the plan. And then Brick-tastic in February.
Cool.
And those are the only 2 shows I've got planned.
The sort of biggest one in the UK, Brick-tastic. So,
and that's why I do want to try and build something new for that, because I know there's at least at Reading and Steam, there's people who have seen some of the build. I've had people say, like, "Oh, was this at Reading?" So if they're at Brick-tastic as well, so I kind of want something new as well.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've got to sort that out. It's always a pain. Not a pain to get there, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. So that's good.
Yeah, absolutely. And because it's the biggest one, right? So it's a bit special, and it's like, if you're going to try and show off, then that's the place to do it, right?
Yeah, definitely. Also, don't feel too pressured by it, because it's very easily done.
Yeah, this is it. I've
So,
got a bit of time, and even if I just
keep
make
it
one
fun.
little vignette,
Hmm.
I'll be happy with that, just to have on the side. Because yeah, like I said earlier, I have got those builds that I can display, so that's fine.
Yeah.
So anything else is a bonus. But I might potentially, if I can get enough done, I might retire the tavern build with the dragon after Southampton.
Sorry,
I don't know.
sorry, just been a cat attack. Sorry, behind the but stop it. Oh, so the tavern could be not around next for. Oh, okay.
But it does travel well. I'm actually quite pleased with how well that does fit into a couple of boxes,
Okay.
like quite nicely. So it probably will make it a Bricktastic, but it has come on my mind that if I can build enough, then I might replace it for Bricktastic.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
That's me.
Right, cool. I'm just gonna try and end the poll if it's gonna let me, so I can
Yes,
see the results. I haven't checked on it at all, so it could have 0 votes, apart from maybe one that I put in on my other account, because obviously I've got several different accounts, different hats, different sorts.
And also shout out to Tyson for getting the having some supernatural love. That sounded weird, but the Sam and Dean references.
Yes, I did see that actually. Yeah, I've never actually seen it, to be honest. What's it going on? Come on, let's have a look. So let's have a quick look at the poll before I do end it. I don't know if it's going to make much difference. So we've got. So the question was, have you considered displaying MOCs at a LEGO show? So I got yes. I'm a MOC veteran. We have 53% of the people watching.
Nice.
Said that. No, I'd rather just look at builds. 17%. Not yet, though. I'd love to. 27%. And if I could build with someone else, 3%. That's quite interesting. So
okay,
yeah. So, but yeah, I think after seeing like Teal Squadron, it's like you do think actually the collaborative build isn't a bad way to maybe get started either. So
yeah,
quite
cool.
Yeah. So that's. I think we'll be. Oh, it's 11 o'clock as well. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that came around quick.
Yeah. Another short one. Yeah. But no, it's cool. It's been great to have you here again.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Yeah, it's been great to be on the other side.
Yeah. Sort of the same seat but different. Yeah. Perspective.
Yeah.
I don't know. That sounded like it was going somewhere and it just crashed and burned. But yeah. And is there anything else we can? Where else can we see apart from your Instagram page, or we can look out for anything else? Or just
not really. I'm not really. I'm on Instagram rarely. When I got a new build, I'll put something up. But
yeah.
I took a pretty big step back from social media.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It's I think James said that actually, Ministry of Making, and he said that when he's got stuff, he prefers to just not have anything posted until he's got like the finished thing to show that way. So it's kind of a bit more of a hi, look at this kind of thing, which is cool. It's a good way of doing it. So
I used to do it with stories, so I'd do like updates in my stories on Instagram, but then I don't know. I'll post a finished thing and leave it at that for the moment.
Yeah, that's cool. It works well for people as well, because just sort of like, oh, when's the next one coming out? Oh, what is it? Builds up the hype, So
cool. Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, not to compare myself to Ministry of Making at all, because his stuff is incredible. But yeah.
Oh yeah, but it's the same. It's all at the same level, just a different corner of the MOC building, isn't it? So because you do a lot more sort of as we've seen, like nature versus man And he does a lot of just like architecture, the building side of it. So
yeah,
that's about it. So all different corners. So it's all good.
Thank you.
But yeah, so thanks everyone for watching. And if you haven't already, don't forget to give it a like. I'm doing this with my thumbs. You can't actually see because it's too low for the camera, which is probably not a bad thing. Yes, thanks for watching. We're back next week. So I'm doing a few more this month than normal. So next month next week, not next month. Pay attention, guys. Next week we have Jace, also known as the Bricketeer, will be on discussing his cool MOCs as well. So stay tuned and let's catch him there. And if you're watching YouTube, thanks for giving me a like. And if you're watching on Twitch, thanks and share or something. I don't quite know how it works. I must have to speak to Mark to give me a lesson, or Martin, how it all works, because I'm just kind of very amateurish at it, like most things. But yeah, cool. Thanks for watching and see you all next week, same time. Okay, bye-bye. Bye.